Sports Radio 560 WQAM Miami Fort Lauderdale presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, call 567-0560, toll free for Dade and Broward, or pound 560 on your cell phone. The opinions of Neil, his guests, callers, or anyone else on the show do not necessarily reflect those of WQAM, Beasley Reed Acquisitions, or the Beasley Broadcast Group. Now, Neil Rogers on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
It's Friday, you bastard.
I'll be Latrell Sprewell, and I'll be filed, but not for too long.
All right.
Filed. Frankly, my coach was wrong. I made the whitest joke. I'm $1 million basketball player. Who can spell and read or be spelling words? Gossip be defending me, got reinstated, and I be part of the jockocracy. Both fans blindly follow me. File, but not for too long. File, but my fans say that's wrong. I'm your phone guy. That's right, I'm your phone guy. Yeah, I'm your phone guy. Your phone guy. You better worship me because I'm your phone guy. Yeah. I'm gonna spell on you. Yes, and I can do anything I wanna do. Cause I'm your phone God, yeah. Now you just keep on buying them tickets, and our faith is not to play a game or two.
All right.
There you go. 10:03 at 560 WQAM. Happy Friday to you.
Oh!
Well, this is great. Sam the Sham just came in. We got a giveaway here, which we never give stuff away on the show, do we?
No.
But we're going to make an exception today because we got something big coming up tomorrow. Really big. I would say, about this big. Table for you and 3 friends at the NHL draft party tomorrow at Shula's. Enjoy free food and drinks with the QAM staff. We'll be broadcasting live noon tomorrow. Geldy will be there. Jeff Rimmer will be there, which, by the way, if there's any charge for any of this, he'll pick up the tab. You know what I'm saying? And Randy Moeller, my close personal friend, my hero Randy, who was in the building this morning, he'll be there. All 3 of them broadcasting from the NHL draft tomorrow. And on-air signings and autographs, Peter Worrell, Chris Wells, there you go. Paul Laws and Stanley C. Panther will be there signing autographs. Well, at least we got one real Panther player there tomorrow, Paul Laws. Nice going there, Paul.
Oh!
And Peter and Chris and Stanley. So, it's something to do, and we'll just give it away if we can find a hockey fan out there that has 3 friends. You think there's such a person in this audience?
No.
No. And maybe we can give it to some Julio. Yeah, Sam says give it to a Spick, because then we can teach those Julios about hockey. And then it'll make Barry Jackass a lot happier, too, because then we can be a little more Hispanic around here, like 1700 Waffen, the fan. Which, by the way, in case you don't have the Herald this morning, second in a 700-part series by Barry Jackass.
Oh!
That's right. The second in a 45,000-part series about Waffen, 1700, the big competition for QAM, which we're just in our pants all over the place. Aren't we?
No.
Destrada looks forward to challenge of Sports Talk Radio, which I'll get to this in a minute. But, of course, Barry going on and on, just sucking heavy duty over there, praying that maybe somebody over there will talk to him, since nobody here except Greg Reed will speak to him. Praying that maybe somebody might be able to pick up 1700 on the dial. Goes through a big song and dance, not only about how Mortestes Destrada is going to be such a great broadcaster, and we certainly hope he's going to be a better broadcaster than he was a baseball player here for the Marlins, which is why they did boo him in the second year, booed him all the way to Japan. But then he goes on about, oh my gosh, if Dan LeBaster joins Destrada, and am I saying his name wrong, this guy? Kaladiud? Is that his name? If he joins them on the show, that will give the station 4 Hispanic talk show hosts.
Oh!
Joining evening host Judy Prado. She's probably kin to Prez. In a market with a large Hispanic base, it's surprising WQAM does not have a regular Hispanic talk show host. By the way, does WYNZ have a regular talk show host?
No.
No. When we were doing Talk on IOD, did they have a regular Hispanic talk show host?
No.
W Snooze?
No.
KAT?
No.
Any other English language station I can think of?
No.
But Barry finds it very surprising, see? See, I hate to break the news to you, Barry, because I know you're a dumb little pudwhacker, but let me explain something to you, okay? You little putz. People turn on the radio to hear somebody who's entertaining. They don't give a rat's ass about their ethnic background, okay? They don't care how much ball they played. Like Orange for Marty. Is he still on the air? No. I mean, come on, Barry. Talk about stretching it. Jesus Christ, it's going to fall off if you stretch it any farther, Barry. Man. The second in a 45,000-part series about Athens, a station that most people can't pick up on their goddamn radios. But anyway, look at the tremendous response we got here to give away this thing. See, Sam's got to screw up my show again. I want to do this right at the beginning and get out of the way, so we don't have to screw up the whole show with this crap. Because giveaways, you know how giveaways go over on this show, like a pregnant pole vaulter in the middle of the July heat. There's only one call on the board, which means nobody wants to go to the NHL draft party tomorrow. Free food for you and your friends, free food and drinks with the QAM staff, hang around with Geldy. Oh, probably because Rimmer's going to be there. They don't want. Yeah, I can understand that. The Rim Man is going to be there.
They stunk.
Yeah. Here's Miami. Hello.
That's not the WBA draft party.
Yeah, the WBA.
That's the one I want to go to.
Okay. Sorry. WQAM.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
I was wondering if I might be the person you would give that package to for tomorrow night.
It's for tomorrow at noon, so get the time right. Maybe I might give it to you. It's tomorrow at noon. Noon, you got it? The NHL draft party. See, nobody out here even knows that there is an NHL draft party because the whole morning this morning, well, they did have Randy Moeller in there. But they're talking about this Schwarzer, Larry Johnson, and all this crap that he's talking trash. Is anybody surprised that some Schwarzer's talking trash? You surprised?
No.
That somebody. And by the way, we got some of the clips which we'll play later, and he's so damn illiterate. I mean, what do you expect? Maybe if you got a brain, Larry, okay, maybe then some of your other folks might get out of the goddamn ghetto, okay? This slave mentality, it's like a concentration camp mentality. How long can you keep doing that? How long can you keep using that as an excuse, Larry, for being illiterate? And you ought to kiss the ground that you're making any money for being a stupid jock, okay? And by the way, so Bill Walton did smoke some dope at UCLA. That's the only good thing we can say about it. After hanging out with Patty Hearst all that time, you hung out with that bitch, you'd be smoking a lot of weed too, okay? Larry, you're just jealous. Okay, let those phones ring. I'll get to them. We'll find a winner here. We'll get this disgusting thing out of the way. WQAM.
Yeah, I'd like to speak with Antonio, please.
Okay, hold on. WQAM. QAM.
How you doing, Neil?
Great.
All right. I'm a 25-year-old Julio.
Yeah.
That doesn't know nothing about hockey.
Right.
But I'll take the tickets so that I can learn.
Take the tickets to what?
To the NHL draft party.
Yeah. You have 3 friends?
Yeah, I got 3 friends.
Are they all Julios?
They're all Julios.
Yeah. Did they know anything about hockey at all?
Well, they know it takes a stick, a puck, a net.
They know how to stick it?
They know how to stick it in the net and in the basket, too.
They put the lotion in the basket?
They put the lotion in the basket.
Okay, hold on.
Andy C. Panther.
Okay, hold on. You got it.
All right.
And by the way, be nice to Rimmer, okay, because he's a doddering old man. Okay, hold on. Line 3, that's our winner. See, all these other people will get out of here. Okay. And by the way, tell him he's going to have to, how are we going to do this? See, I asked Sam, how are we going to do this? And however you want. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, do we have actual, tell him he's got to come here sometime between now and 4 this afternoon and pick up whatever we got. How's he going to get up here, by the way? See, Sam, if I'm going to do a promotion for you, at least give me a little clue. I asked him a question. Oh, however you want to do it. Yeah, but I don't, Come on, Sam, what do we do? You talk to the guy. You set it up.
His name's going to be on the guest list tomorrow.
Okay. Well, don't put his name on the air because then we'll have 6,000 people with the same name showing up there schmoring around. Don't go snoring around, okay? Okay, we got rid of that, thank God. There you go, Sam. And they're all Julios, by the way. They're all full 100% red-blooded spicks. And by the way, they will take a blood test before they let you in because we want to get those Julios in on the hockey. Then maybe Barry Jackass will get off our case, okay, about not having enough Julios in our midst. Christ almighty, Barry, you talk about a long stretch, about really reaching. 10 minutes after 10 at 560 WQAM, your Hispanic station for the 90s.
It just keeps getting bigger.
Looking through the bars at the county jail. Oh! O.J. was there and he began to wail. Stoyanovich was there because he drank too much. And Tyson was looking for something to touch of those dots. Look at all the jailhouse jocks.
All right.
Everybody was grabbing their socks, getting ready for the jailhouse jocks. Mr. Fitzpatrick wasn't looking so well, saying that his marriage was a living hell. Cops in the corner with his burrito. He says that Taco Bell is the way to go with those jocks. Look at all the jailhouse jocks. Everybody was grabbing their socks, smiling at the jailhouse jocks.
Are you?
Hanging with the jailhouse jocks, watching them bust up rocks. Look at them stiffing their chops. Everyone checking their clocks. Everybody has had hard knocks, including those jailhouse jocks.
10:15 at 560 WQAM. Yeah, there's. Can we play that one clip, the first clip with Larry Johnson? I can't wait to hear this. Just the one.
The slave one?
Yeah, that would be good. Like maybe sometime.
I'm supposed to be honored and happy and whatever just by my success or that brother's success. Yes, I am. But I can't deny the fact of what done happened to us over years and years and years, and we still at the bottom of the totem pole.
What did done happen?
I can't turn my head to that.
My head? Okay, well, how about going like taking a refresher course in English, Larry? That might be good. What do you say? That might help. Illiterate scumbag. See, I don't want to hear any more of it. I can't stand it. It just makes me sick to my stomach. These people, he ought to be kissing the ground that anybody would pay him more than like $2.50 an hour to do anything. Anything. And as far as Bill Walton's concerned, we all know.
Neil Rogers got.
No, we all know.
He's an asshole.
Well, that was close. Yeah, he's a schmuck. Everybody hates Bill Walton. Even Patty Hearst didn't want nothing to do with him after she got the Uzi. But what the hell difference does it make? I mean, all these very important people, passing their comments on, American sociological phenomena and about slavery and equality. Yeah, right. Here's a great sociologist for you, Larry Johnson. Get out of here already. Go, go find some watermelon. Get out of our face. How about maybe learn to speak the language? That would be a good start. Where the hell was I? Well, I was in the elevator in Toronto last weekend, and there was a black couple in there, like I would say in their, 35 to 45-ish, somewhere in there. And they were speaking to each other like I'm speaking to you now. And they were not Canadian, by the way. They were American. They were talking about something in Chicago. They were from, well, of course, Chicago, you understand. There are some educated people with dark skin. See, getting a good education and being able to speak English properly, that's a real good start. Talking about slavery and talking about the Holocaust and whining and carrying out about stuff that happened 50 years ago or 300 years ago, nobody cares about that anymore, okay? Okay? Okay. Okay. God, gets so frickin' old. Almost as old as this Barry jackass business. But you know what, Barry? We love the free publicity, okay? We had a meeting here this morning for about 10 seconds, and everybody said, you love the free publicity? And everybody in unison said, yes, we like it. Just keep writing a lot about 1700 waffin, and, and get us in there too. It's surprising in a market with a large Hispanic base that WQAM doesn't have a regular Hispanic talk host. Orlando Alzaguri is a reporter and update anchor at QAM, and George Rodriguez, Neil Rogers' producer, fills in on air occasionally. The new station will be more reflective of our community, although it's questionable whether that will help 1700 The Fan attract listeners. Yeah, it's questionable. It's dubious. You know what I'm saying, Barry? It's real dubious. Just like it's questionable whether the crap that you write in the newspaper is going to sell any more papers to the goddamn Herald. You know what I'm saying, Barry? You piece of crap. You turd burger. You scumbag on little tiny legs. God. The Rumpelstiltskin of newspapers, Barry Jackass. You ever see him? He looks just like Rumpelstiltskin on a bad day, on a bad hair day. Looks like Howdy Doody on a bad day, with a worse complexion. God. I mean, thank God the Herald doesn't have any agenda, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, and like I said, I love it personally. I'm not one of these paranoids like Greg Reed, who's running up and down the halls going, like that. Because there might be some, and not only that, but who the hell is going to buy any spots on that thing? On a station that most people can't pick up on a radio dial. Nobody in their right mind goes anywhere near that end of the dial, by the way. But Barry, he's going to keep pounding away and banging away, and maybe someday he'll find something down there. Just keep banging on it, Barry. Here's Pompano. Hello. Okay, line 8 problem there right off the bat. Let's hear it. Hey, if Greg Reed, that's good. If Greg Reed would be more worried about getting us a phone system in here that worked instead of having a piece of crap, this Gentner piece of garbage, which is the cheapest, the laughing stock of the goddamn industry.
Yeah.
Instead of being running up and down the hall hyperventilating about a non-existent radio station, just like that 1210 that was put on the air by the same board ops, by the way. Did that make it?
No.
Anybody hear about them? I can, like I said yesterday, I can remember back in IOD when people were hyperventilating over here. We were getting the spy reports about 1210. There's going to be another sports station on the air. Wow, this is going to be big time. And what was it on for, like about 5 minutes?
Uh-huh.
But this is the kind of big stuff that happens in radio in this market, especially when you have like 2 or 3 companies that own 99% of the broadcast things on your dial, which is why most of it is such crap. Pure, unadulterated dreck. Speaking of dreck, by the way, anybody seen Todd lately?
No.
Good. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
Great.
You talking about the board ops, came across an article in Radio and Records that you would have been interested in. It was
Yes, sir.
Talking about that extreme radio that's on the air in Detroit, and it went on to say that Steve Dahl pulled his simulcast from Chicago because he got sick and tired of the board ops going up in the commercial breaks and doing their own mini talk shows.
Really?
So he got sick and tired of it. Now he's not part of it anymore.
He sucks, by the way, Steve Dahl.
I lived in Chicago.
No, I don't like. Maybe he might have been funny 15 years ago, but last times I've heard him, he was terminal.
But that's why he got out of it, because the board ops were taking over his show and conducting their own little commentaries during the show.
Yeah.
Typical board ops.
Well, it sounds to me like, if you remember when Howard was on, was it CKG, on Mike Disney's station in Chicago, when he was on there the first time and then they dropped it, he was psychotic because they were playing it on tape, and the board ops were screwing around with the tapes and doing all kinds of goofy things with the tapes.
Well, why do they do that, Neil?
Because most board ops are a bunch of stupid little punky kids who think that they want to, this is their chance to play radio. You know what I'm saying? Play radio. Get it like they got an erector set.
Well, it's like that on Randy Rhoads, Brooke Daniels, Rick and Suds, Phantom 1580. It's like, shut up, you're a board op.
Right.
You're a board op.
That's right.
And I'll be
we get plenty of that on this radio station. I don't want to mention in the afternoon on Hank show. You know what I'm saying? We have a bunch of 10-year-old kids, and it's embarrassing. It's horrible radio. I don't know why Hank just doesn't tell them to shut up already, although it does help kill some good time.
Well, I guess we should just go out to the Joe Costello remote. He's a board
op,
right?
Don't be knocking Joe. No, Joe is not a board op. Joe is a talent.
Oh, he is talent?
Squeaky voice, yeah.
Oh, because I just thought you always ripped him all the time. I thought maybe
Joe Costello? No. When did I ever say anything bad about Joe? When did I ever say anything bad about Joe, goddammit? Have a great day. Joe's a good guy. We all like Joe. Except for, I don't want to mention her name on the air. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line on a great Friday. I'm just putting in a good word for you there, Joe, even though, and you're trying to do Gildy. See, Joe wants to be confused with Gildy. That's why that spot that just ran here a couple of minutes ago, he keeps raising his voice higher. He says, look what it did for Gildy. Maybe it'll move me onto that morning show. It works. Of course, I think you might have to do some other things, too, that you might not have the stomach for, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, moving right along. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. What was that guy's name that Joe Angel was hyperventilating about? We'll say that for Monday. Todd Stiff? Joe Angel. Well, that goes to show you how exciting the Marlin games are. Joe Angel did an inning and a half yesterday on a guy named Todd Stiff, who was like some, I don't know what he was, some stiff. Nice going there, Joe. And by the way, speaking of Hispanics, what about Joe Angel? He's a spick, right? Oh! There you go. Who happens to be a sports spick who does the Marlin games on our great Marlin broadcast that nobody listens to. How about that, Barry? How could you leave him out if you really were doing your homework? George Rodriguez, who occasionally fills in for Neil Rogers, he's a spick, but other than that, there's a real shortage of spicks over there. I got news for you, Barry. We're up to our ass in spicks, and one of them just opened the door right now. Of course, he's Venezuelan, so we don't count quite as much as those Cubans, right? Isn't that right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We got spicks up the old in this place. How about Power 96? Rhymes with spicks. Loaded with Julios over there. We got Julios that haven't been born yet working in this place. And Barry says, well, they'd be more reflective of the community that, oh, God. That's one of the things that most people don't want to hear in this town is somebody on the air going, exactly. Maybe we can have Isabel de Casada come back and go, Nicaragua, Nicaragua. Do that a lot and Barry will be happy, okay? Fat little putz. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello? Mobile in Miami.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil, God.
Yes, I am.
How you doing?
Great.
Got to say, first thing, George is great.
Yeah?
And did you see this piece on the news last night about this woman up in, where is it, Pompano, whatever, that they heard about some child abuse?
Oh, I know that one.
They went to her house
to
check the kid, whatever. She hid the kid under the bed.
Right.
And she's pregnant with the 10th one.
Right.
I mean...
What did I tell you? Forced sterilization, baby. How long have I been telling you that? That's the motto on this show. Do no harm and forced sterilization.
I mean, unbelievable. Anyway.
No, it's great, and have a great day, yeah. I wonder what Larry Johnson would have to say about that, huh? Oh, what?
Corey Sabin.
Corey Sabin, Spy Report. Hello?
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good. Oh, look,
Roy!
Just came in. He can't have that thing back. Yes, sir.
I'm in Fort Myers on vacation with the family. Boring as can be.
Yeah.
Last night I'm watching Fox News.
Why would anybody go to Fort Myers on vacation?
Well, because I got little kids and they get to play in the golf and all of that good stuff.
Okay, whatever you say.
I'm also the guy that sits in front of you at hockey.
Have a cigar, Roy.
So anyway, Fox News.
Well, wait a minute. You're the guy that sits in front of me in the hockey games?
2 rows. Not the one
2
with
rows.
the kids.
Not the one with the kids that keeps holding them up in front of my face all the time.
I'm the one 2 rows in front of you in the middle.
Oh, okay.
I'm all right, I think. Anyway,
Fair.
Corey Sabin, a special on Fox News. Elderly people putting together an erotic calendar. And he's interviewing these 97-year-old women who haven't...
Yeah.
But what happened? He used to be thin. I mean, the guy's like a blimp on TV.
Who, Corey is fat?
Yeah, he was wearing a disgusting outfit, looked kind of chubby with those beaver teeth.
Wow.
Definitely a radio face.
Corey is definitely beefing up. Maybe hanging out with Beefo so much has rubbed off on him. Beefo and Hank.
But anyway.
In fact, maybe all the weight that Hank lost, maybe Corey found it.
Good voice, but bad on TV.
Okay, thanks for the good news.
Oh,
and have a great time in Fort Myers. Have a great time in Fort Myers, baby. Hey, I'm going on vacation next week. Where are you going? Fort Myers. And then going to stop off in Jupiter de Cuesta for a couple of days. Then we're going to go to Pensuco for a day or two, and then wrap it all up in Oges. There you go. Oh! That's a vacation. By the way, speaking of do no harm, so a school teacher from Palm Beach County sends me a photo in the mail this morning. On a blackboard in his class, he said he's had it up there for 8 years. It's never erased. It says, do no harm. Oh! God bless you, sir. How do you like that? There's the message your kids need. Not the 10 Commandments, not We the People, not Thomas Jefferson, not Thomas Paine in the ass, but to do no harm. There you go. What a concept, huh? Pretty difficult. Makes too much sense, I guess, for us. Plus, how can you argue about that?
It's Friday, you bastard.
Sure, you're a manly man. A man's kind of man, a man above men. But you still need your vitamins. Problem is, you ain't getting any. Bananas? You don't eat them because you think they make you look gay. Kiwi? Tastes pretty good, but what kind of a sissy name is Kiwi? And lemon, please. The only thing you pucker up to is your Harley once you get it out of the shop. So the answer? Tough Guy vitamins. They're shaped like rocks, so you can look like a real man chomping them down. They even crunch like sand and have a sewage-like aftertaste. So if you want to keep that chest hair a-growing and them blackheads a-popping, you need your vitamins. And when you want vitamins, you need Tough Guy. And this month only, pick up a free twin pack of Tough Guy Iron Supplement. So much iron, it'll sound like you're crapping metal. Tough Guy, where the male ego lives.
10:32 at 560 WQAM. Speaking of tough guys, by the way, this is kind of a delicate story about
Roy,
who was just in here a few minutes ago, grabbing one of our cigars. I said, have a cigar, Roy, because he'd already yanked it out, and a cigar, too. Speaking of yanking it out, some of you with a good memory will remember a couple of weeks ago when Roy came in here and just in a very hysterical moment saw the gigantic black dildo sitting on the ledge over here to my left and said, I gotta have that, and ran out of here with it, and took days and days of my screaming and yelling, we want our piece back, that he finally brought it back. So Joe Costello, speaking of Joe, just asked Roy when he was on his way out of here moments ago with his free cigar, what did you do with that thing? And Roy's response was, well, you probably wouldn't understand, but what you ordinarily would do with something like that. And Joe said, you mean you stuck that in somebody? And Roy said, or they stuck it in me and marched out of here.
Roy!
Now, if anybody in the audience, if we only had television here for just a few seconds, and you could see the size of this enormous, gigantic, dark black thing, you would say to yourself,
oh my God.
Yeah, at the very least you would say that. I mean, and of course now that and of course he has to be joking, doesn't he? Does he have to be?
No.
Oh, he's got to be kidding us. Because we've been fondling this thing, we've been screwing around with it here just as a joke, although we have noticed that, I told you it was much the worse for wear, didn't I tell you that?
Yeah.
And I thought it was just a joke. And now the fact that people have actually been touching it and smelling it and God only knows doing what else with it. Oh, my God.
Roy!
The inside story, the Roy Foster story. Here's North Miami. Hello. Oh, look at that. Line 7's got a little problem here today, too. Hello? Hello? Okay, call us back. Line 7 and Line 8 are all of a sudden having brain farts. That must be because Greg Reed was just in here again, hyperventilating about that Barry Jackass story. What did Greg say? Basically, to narrow it down.
Yeah.
That's what he said. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Pompano. Hello. Oh, okay, line 8 also. We got line. Maybe we can get all the lines through this and I can go home early. How does that sound?
Oh.
Yeah. We got a phone system that don't work at all now. Nice going there, Greg. He's walking around, I'm going to sue those bastards. They're pursuing Joe Rhodes. He's under contract to us. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Yeah. In the meantime, can you get the phone system working in here?
No.
No. See, that's the way it always is here. Like I told you, they don't, they're living on borrowed time, these people. But then some little punky board op comes along and pretends he's starting a radio station, which all he's doing is brokering time, just like all those other loser stations. And this guy's running around going, pop, 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 you know. But can we get the phone working right?
No.
No. So we're losing half of our calls because let me try this one. See, sounds okay there. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hi.
Yes,
Neil.
sir.
Can you hear me?
Hear you great.
We got this phone working. First of all, how are you doing today? I hope you're feeling fine. And
I'm
great
feeling
show.
it, yeah.
Regarding the Miami Herald, intelligent people know that that's part of the South Florida's problem is that the Miami Herald is such a lousy newspaper. I mean, it offers nothing. Look at even here, all these various stories around the country and around the world, and what did they put on the front page yesterday about this possible new station? I mean, I don't think
front page. Can you imagine? People from coast to coast are aghast that this makes the front page of a supposedly major market newspaper.
Yeah, it's not even on an area that you're going to be able to get so much of. I mean, and so Barry Jackass, as Hank calls him, does it again. I mean, it's amazing what intelligent people have to read down here with this Miami Herald. And part of the problem is they don't have true competition, unfortunately.
They don't have any competition.
Yeah.
It's the only goddamn newspaper in Dade County in English, and of course then they got their El Nuevo Herald and the Old Herald and whatever it does.
Which it seems that they care more about that than the regular Herald anyway. So
right, that's
amazing.
right.
Well, I just want to...
Maybe that's why Barry is campaigning so much for the Julios there. If we just had more Julios on the air. What he doesn't understand is that the Julios hate the Herald even worse than the rest of us.
Well, it's amazing also how a supposed TV and radio writer becomes the NBA beat writer. I mean, they can't even afford getting a real person to...
Because they don't have anybody on their staff. They got a bunch of stringers over there, a bunch of punks.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, have a great day, sir.
And also, Charlie is a douchebag.
Okay, and God bless you. Okay, so not only doesn't our phone work right now, but now they're also in the construction thing here. Now they're drilling like either right under our ass or right over our heads or both of the above. You probably hear that on the air. I mean, they're just, any second they're going to be like flying through the walls here, whatever the hell these guys are doing. Nice going, Greg. Oh! Thank you. I was thinking here this morning, we had a couple of bumpy days there. Joe had his big thing with Bluff, and then Hank had a couple of explosive days there because that's Hank. But everything was kind of like coming back down to earth again. Bluff brought me my paycheck in here today, actually on time. Oh! Things are going great. I should have known. All of a sudden, the phone is going hell in a handbasket, and these construction people are like drilling in between, underneath, over my head, all over the goddamn. It sounds like the goddamn building's going to take off into orbit any second here. Jesus Christ and Joseph. How about like doing it like any of the other 20 hours a day when I'm not on the air in the studio, huh? How would that be? Does that make too much sense?
Uh-huh.
God. 22 before 11 at 560 WQAM. So let's take a vote. Let's find out where
Roy
really stuck that thing, huh? Do you think he really stuck it in this?
Rectum.
Boy, how is that possible? The diameter of that thing's got to be like about 4 inches. I mean, diameter I'm talking. The length is like about 2.5 feet. Well, let me take a look. Oh, wait a minute. You know that little saying, X marks the spot? There's like a little line on here in the bottom about 2.25 feet down. You think that's as far as it got in?
Uh-huh.
Okay. 22 before 11 at 560 WQAM. Several open lines here. Give it a shot. Some of them might actually work. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. We got part 7 in our prostitute ring there, which finally made the front page in the Herald, but only like a little part of it. Then they put on the rest of it on the inside because they don't want to get too carried away because it's too big of a story. The fact that we got God only knows how many cops morning, noon, and night banging 16-year-old minors there and running a whore ring here in town. That's not a big story, is it?
No.
The fact this old lady drove into a gas station and like drove on the pump, that's a big story. I mean, what do you want from old people? They drive a lot of buildings. They like to do it by them. They are like my mother. They're stubborn. It's a drive-in. It's a drive-through. No, it's not. Yes, it is. And they just go ahead and drive through the joint, right through the goddamn walls. It's commonplace here. It happens every day. And just because they're 99 and just got a 6-year renewal on their driver's license, don't make a big deal out of it, okay? Don't be a goddamn troublemaker.
Oh, God, Neil. Well, come on over here and don't be shy. Got something for you, it's a little surprise. You may not know if I have go, but I'm gonna stick one right under your nose and make you smell my finger. Well, sometimes they smell like spaghetti-o, or the cheese that grows on my toes. In between my legs is where they could go, and I'll stick them right there under your nose to have you smell my finger. Oh, baby. Come on, give it a whiff. I'm the one you can trust. Check out that fingernail card. Well, you don't know what it could say, but it smells okay to me. I'm thinking funny, and you know why. Because I'm a big and disgusting guy. Juice from the arm hidden under my throat. Hey, it's my business where they may go, but you must smell mine.
Roy!
Finger. All right.
10:45 at 560 WQAM. Wait till you hear this. Oh, by the way, speaking of smell my finger, just one little footnote. That's all we're playing words for. A footnote to our discussion yesterday about flushing toilets in public restrooms with your foot. Didn't dawn on me till I left here yesterday, and this proves to me, because I spoke to 6,422 people after I left here yesterday. There wasn't a single one of them said they ever flushed a toilet with their foot in their life, okay? Real men don't flush toilets with their feet. In addition to which, if you were to flush the toilet with your foot, that means you have to stand up and turn around and face the music, so to speak, and look and see what you left behind. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not one of those people that necessarily has to take a look and see what I left behind. I figure get rid of it as soon as possible. You follow what I'm saying? You get it?
Uh-huh.
Why would any person in its right mind want to look, unless you've had like some kind of intestinal problems or something like that. Sounds like somebody out in the hall's got intestinal. You hear that? That's got to be on the air. I mean, it's just, what are these people doing in the middle of this show, okay? I sat here all morning long. Was this going on this morning? No. But now that Neil got his paycheck, let's terrorize him for 4 hours during his show by doing a heavy-duty construction right over his head, under his feet. We finally got the music turned down on Power 96, so let's drill for 4 hours. What is going on over here, man? Yeah. So don't tell me that any real man flushes a toilet with his foot, okay, because I'm not buying it. Anyway, Fat Boy just came in here and handed me something really exciting. Florida Marlins news bulletin from Pro Player Stadium. Wait till you hear this. The Florida Marlins are... Is somebody going to do something about that or what? Huh? Is Pussy Galore over next door? I mean, he butched up so much, of course. That was when Greg was out of town, you know, when he and Little Dog had their big confrontation and he was over there flexing his muscle. They're still drilling it. The Florida Marlins are supporting Miami-Dade County Mayor Alex Penis, the Miami Coalition, and Weed and Seed in their efforts to reduce gun violence and injuries in Miami-Dade County by rewarding residents who participate in Gun Surrender Day. Anybody know Weed and Seed?
Uh-huh.
I bet you do.
Yeah, man.
Local residents will receive free tickets to a Marlins game on July 9th, 10th, or 11th for every gun they surrender. This is the best! This is the best! Free tickets to a Marlins game July 9th, 10th, or 11th for every gun they surrender on Saturday, June 26th. That's tomorrow. at Arcola Lakes Park or Tropical Park between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. The event encourages area residents to turn in their unwanted guns, receive trigger locks, and participate in gun safety demonstrations while educating them about the state of Florida's new 1020 life law. How do you like that? And the weed and seed people are going to be there.
Yeah, man.
That's my favorite. What are we going to do about this, Mr. Program Director? It sounds like any second they're going to come crashing through the goddamn roof, which at least will make for interesting radio. God. Nice going, Greg, you jackass! Yeah, there it goes again. That worked like a charm. Not. I bet you Barry Jackass is the one that's doing it. He's probably outside the building trying to drill his way in. Yeah, they won't let him in through the door, so he's probably trying to drill his way in. Okay, so don't forget, take your guns. That should be pretty good, huh? To Arcola Park, Lakes Park, I have no idea where that is, or Tropical Park, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. Bring in your gun for a free Marlin ticket. Huh? There's so many angles to that deal, aren't there? Free gun, free tickets for Marlin, however that goes. They got a great line for it, but I better not use it. Here's a mobile in Lake Worth. Hello.
Neil God.
Yes, sir.
What about Mario Lemieux?
Yeah, got the Penguins. Nice going, Mario. Oh! Saved the franchise.
He had to do it again.
Yep. He saved them the first time, and now he's saving them again. You're right. He's the savior.
Well, hopefully he'll do a good job running the team.
Okay. God bless you, sir. And Yami Yager there last night got the Hart Trophy for most valuable player in the league and, of course, the top scorer in the league. And got up there in his broken Czechoslovakian and said, well, now that I'm on the payroll working for Mario, I want to thank him, or something like that. Nice going there, Yami. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Guns for tickets, baby. That's the only way the Marlins can get anybody in there, is to hold them up, I guess. By the way, our sales staff, you'll be impressed knowing this, spent the entire day yesterday selling spots on Marlins games. We're not supposed to put that on the air, but I'm putting that out anyway, just to impress and dazzle you, to tell you that we sold $1 billion worth of spots yesterday on Marlin games to a bunch of unsuspecting suckers out there. Nice going, sales staff. And by the way, the rumor has it around the building that the spot salespeople, not the sports salespeople, but the spot salespeople, the one that sell this show and the morning show and Hank show, regular like spots and not the ball games, they're the ones that sell all the spots at the Marlin games. Because the sports sales staff came up with a big fat goose egg. Although Scram was in here this morning bragging to me about how we got the best sales staff in it. I have no idea what she was doing in here. I have no clue what she was doing. She was standing there and her mouth was moving and like that. And I haven't got a clue what she was talking about. Which I guess made two of us. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. I've been known to flush with my foot at one place.
No, don't do that.
At Pro Player Stadium.
Oh, well.
You got to do it there. I mean, the people are animals.
Yeah.
Just animals. But the reason I called...
Yeah, but let me tell you this. You don't want to do it at a ballpark, you know? I mean, I'm one of those people, I guess because I'm diabetic, I have to take a leak a lot, you know, when you're drinking a lot of sodas or a lot of beer or whatever you might be drinking. But to actually do a serious number at the arena or a ballpark, you have to try to make sure you take care of all that business before you go there.
Well, you know, I have a lactose intolerance problem, so sometimes I have no choice.
Uh-huh.
But you mentioned yesterday that you spend a lot of money on your dog at the vet. Don't you have pet insurance?
No. Pet insurance?
Pet insurance.
What the hell is that?
My dog is 13 years old.
Yeah.
And it has saved me hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars over the years.
Pet insurance?
Absolutely.
Well, it's too late now, I think. My dogs are both like 10 and a half years old.
Well, my dog is 13, and I can still get it.
Really?
Call 1-800-USA-PETS. I don't work for the company.
USA Pets?
Yeah, 1-800-USA-PETS.
Yeah.
And you could probably get insurance. They have like a $40 deductible per incident.
Now you're telling me.
Do
you have any idea, do you have any clue how much it cost me? I went and picked up my little dog yesterday, that little piece of crap, and $355.
Yeah, well...
And I got a great vet. I mean, I love her, but $355. I mean, this guy had shots that haven't been invented yet.
You've gotten 70% back after a $40 deductible.
Wow.
Call them up.
I feel so used.
Yep, you should.
Okay, thanks for the good news.
Not the first time you feel used, though.
Right, exactly. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
There you go. 1-800-USA-PETS. Pet insurance. Do I have health insurance for myself?
No.
But for the dogs, I better get it. 567. Thank you, Bluff. Bluff evidently got the construction workers to cut the crap. What? What is it? Oh, okay. He's going to come in here and give me a blow-by-blow detail of what went on out there. Yeah, they're drilling all over the goddamn place. They're maniacs. They're lunatics, these people, okay? Go do it like after 6 at night. There's nobody around. There's nobody listening either after 6 at night, believe me. Anybody see the book? Nobody listening. They're all over the 1700 now, seeing if they can pick it up. Seeing how many spics they can find on the fan, on the Affen. I'm going to tell you something, Barry, seriously. If brains were dangerous, you'd be the safest goddamn guy to hang around with in the world. Man. What a piece of turd, okay? You just look at that picture. First of all, I know the Herald is famous for putting a lot of bad pictures of people they don't like in the paper, but what about people that are on their payroll, huh? Take a look at that puss. He looks like he's storing up for the goddamn wintertime, like a chipmunk, okay? Jesus Christ, even Alvin never had cheeks like that. Maybe he hangs out with Roy. They both like to keep their cheeks filled. I don't know what that's all about. Seriously, the more I think about this thing and the fact that we were actually inspecting that thing closely and touching it, God, man, after Roy came in here and told us that he had it deep inside his somewhere.
Rectum.
Oh, I'm starting to like upchuck, and lunch hasn't even shown up yet. Here's Boca. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
We're all here at work bending over for you.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Roy will be right over. Okay, great. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Great.
Circumcised you on the line.
All right.
All right.
Oi!
And I also never flush with my feet, just to let you know.
Well, thank God. Jews don't flush with their feet.
Yeah, there's no point.
I think only Goyim do stuff like that.
Well, I'm working at an office furniture company. Got a bunch of hockey fans here.
Yeah.
Actually, some are from Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
They've actually met one at an airport. But calling about the NHL draft tickets.
What do you mean by that?
I was wondering if you'd give it to us.
When did you turn the radio on?
This morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said I had a thing for 3 people.
Right.
And I gave it to that Julio.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Didn't hear that one, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Give it to yeah, but you're Jewish. We're not sending any Jews to this. We got Jeff Rimmer's going to be there already. We got Steve Goldstein. We got all the Jews we can handle over there now. We got to get some spics in there because Barry is going to keep picking on us.
Oh, man.
That's right.
All right.
But God bless you, sir. If I had him, you'd have him.
Have a good one.
And have a great day, and don't do it with your feet. 56705. You know, I'm trying to think if I ever gave anything away on the air and made it very clear. I should probably we'd blow a trumpet, make a big sound effect, like something to make it clear. It's gone now. No more. Okay, no mas, like they say at the Herald. No mas. To make it very clear that that's the end of that. Okay, no more. You got it? Huh? No more tickets. No more ticky. No more washi. And by the way, who'd want to go to that thing anyway? And we'll have it right here on QAM tomorrow. By the way. It's the only way Rimmer will get on it. This station is that stupid hockey show he's got Sunday night and his drafting tomorrow. That's what Greg just told me before. He said if he thinks he's ever getting on this station. 10:55 at 560 WQAM. We can't afford to feed him anyway.
Tell presents over 748 of the greatest songs of love, especially for the lady in your life by Jerry Lewis.
Lady, when I'm with you, I'm crazy.
So many love songs for your lady, all interpreted by the love meister himself, inimitable superstar entertainer Jerry Lewis. And you'll get your favorite lady love song.
Lady, lay across my big breast and
it's an amazing compendium of 748 love songs for your lady, all digitally remastered and all performed by the masterful superstar Jerry Lewis.
Hi, this is Jerry, inviting you to join me on KTEL Records and we play a very special musical tribute to the lady.
You'll get this Aerosmith classic.
Hey, dude looks like a lady. Hey, dude looks like a lady.
It's Jerry.
It's a little old lady with a pair of tweezers.
And Helen Reddy's hit never sounded better.
That ain't no way to treat a lady, no way to treat a lady, a woman.
And listen to Jerry's amazing interpretation of this super hit from the King of Pop.
You are the lady with my wife today. The lady. You are the lady with a knife.
Jerry Lewis.
Oh, yeah. How about that man?
That's 748 fabulous lady songs on 35 CDs or 123 8-track tapes. All remixed in glorious smiles from the original cassette masters. And it's a collection you'll cherish, your friends will love, and your lady will never forget. It's all yours for 17 easy payments of only $32.95, and it's only from KTEL Records. You can tell it's KTEL. We yell.
All right. 11:01 at 560 WQAM. So anyway, let me just check line 7 because it's out of order. How about if we just leave that on here the rest of the day, huh? We'll just get in the spot and we'll get back to this. Yeah. Hello? I love it. Just something about that sound. Anyway, it sure beats the sound of the walls coming down, which has stopped for the moment, but here's one of the greatest faxes we've ever received here at 560 WQAM. It says, did you know every time you sit on a toilet, your ass leaves a unique bacteriological fingerprint on the seat? It can be distinguished from any other ass print in the world. The only way to erase the print is to coat the toilet seat with alcohol and set it on fire. Oh! There you go. That should get the job done. That's right. Don't be leaving no rectum prints around town. That's what we ought to do around here, is start checking rectum prints in the, oh boy. It's usually one of our salespeople always leaves a real, wow, bad aroma in there. I mean, really bad. You know what I'm saying? I knew you would. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
Listen, I'm glad you're on the topic of the foot flushing.
Yeah.
You see, I didn't know if you were talking about number one or when you're doing a dude. The thing is that when, in public, I don't do that. I have control over what I have to do. But sometimes you go to the movie theater, and all of a sudden, everyone leaves the movie at once and there's a mad rush to the bathroom. So you got to go in the stall and stand up there and do your business. But like the guy called about the stadium, man, animals, they pee on the seat, they pee on the floor. Right. I'm either going to use my foot or I'm going to, even walk away from it. Or if I'm at a urinal where it has that thing, I'll use my elbow. Anything that's like a soccer match, but I'm not using my hand. And that's just
elbow might not be bad. Okay, thanks. Well, the phone is, I'm telling you, we got good lines on the phone. Well, look, listen. Here we go. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. That Greg, I'm telling you, he's just a real piece of work. He's in there like that. And the stuff, everything, things are crumbling. The walls are coming down on our head. Noise all over the place. The phones are all screwed up. And he's like, I'm going to sue that bastard. I'm going to, maniac. You know what? Why don't you just ignore them unless you're very defensive and paranoid because you're afraid that if somebody really put a real radio station on there, you might have some problems. And I wouldn't worry about them. Oh, yeah, Mortestes Destrada. There's a real broadcaster for you. Yeah, he's going to put us out of business. Not to mention Tony Calatayud, whatever, I can't even pronounce his goddamn name. Remember that business about all the Julios were going to be the ones that support the Marlins? They were going to show up in droves. When Alex, big fat Alex, would pitch, millions of extra fans would show up. Did any of it come true?
No.
Okay, there you go, Barry. Maybe you want to check that out. Here's a mobile in Palm Beach. Hello.
You son of a bitch.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Charlton. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, my friend?
Pretty good, sir.
I don't know if anybody's called you this week with this topic or not. It's a topic you harp on all the time. It has to do with our Lord above.
Yes.
I'm reading the Herald this week. Listen to this. I'm reading the Herald this week. Apparently there was a little road trip being taken to the West Coast over on the alley over there. And they're singing all these Jesus songs and Lord is God in the car on the way over. Well, their car, they go out of control, spin off the road, and end up in the canal. They all escape, and their two kids are still in the car, and they're screaming for the kids. Well, some passerbys pull over, stop, get the kids out, and you know what their comment is? Thank God we were singing the Lord songs. That's why our kids were saved.
Right, that's right.
It wasn't the Lord that put them in the canal, but it was them that got them out.
That's the devil. See, you better get it straightened out, pal. The devil is the one. Lucifer, the one with the pitchfork in the tail, he's the one that does the bad crap. And then the Lord has to come interceding like Superman at the last second. And luckily, the Lord ain't in the wheelchair these days like Superman. So he still once in a while comes through for us.
I guess so.
Didn't do too good in Colorado there, but he was busy worrying about the golf tournament.
Hey, let's tie that in with what Barry Jackass had in his column today in regards to Bob Costas. I know we hit him like...
Oh, I didn't get that far. Did he say something about Bob Costas? That's another guy that he's got his head up his ass is Bob Costas. Barry Jackass has got a Bob Costas blow-up doll, by the way. He's probably humping it right now.
Neil, you'd enjoy this part about Costas. He actually said how tired he is of all these athletes that want to thank the Lord for every shot that goes in, every putt that they sink, every touchdown they score. But where is he when there's all these problems in all the other countries in the world?
Always like that Bob Costas, he's my hero.
There you go.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Costas says he grows frustrated with athletes whose understanding of religion is that Jesus made a shot go in, but doesn't have the time to address the situation in Kosovo or cure cancer. You have to go through so much nonsense like that. Attaboy, Bobby. Oh! Even if you are a little twerp, okay? An arrogant little twerp that nobody can stand, Costas, we still say hallelujah for you. And God bless you. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. We apologize, by the way, for line 7. Very nice. But that's just the way it goes. It's just part of the ambiance here at QAM, where it's a real piece of crap, and nevertheless we keep faking our way through, billing millions and millions and millions of dollars, bilking unsuspecting clients for money that they're never going to make. Here's a mobile in Davie. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Pretty good, sir.
First off, you're talking about these Marlin tickets and everything like that. You get free Marlin tickets when you turn in a gun.
Yeah.
Every time you buy Marlin tickets, you should get a gun.
Right.
Because really, it's like committing suicide when you go to the game.
Uh-huh.
I went to a game about...
Yeah, no, that would be the dangerous thing. I think that most people would be afraid that folks would start playing Russian roulette out of boredom by about the middle of the fifth inning.
I mean, I tell you, when I went to a game like 3 weeks ago when they had we had those real bad rains and
right.
and they had a doubleheader.
Uh-huh.
I went there and I was there for the first pitch. There had to be maybe 250 people there.
Right. Well, wasn't that the Yankee series, and they played the first...
No, it was right before the Yankees. It was the Orioles.
Or the Orioles series. They played the first game of that doubleheader with about 50 people in the stand, and they played the whole game in pouring down rain because they were so terrified they wouldn't get it in.
Exactly.
And so all the people that had spent their money, the few thousand people that spent their money for the season tickets, like I said then, John Henry said, screw them, we got to get the game in.
Exactly.
Or we have to give the money back.
Talking about this, this crap thing and everything like that with the toilets, I'll tell you this, it's so disgusting when you go in there and you find people that they're not flushing and everything like that. You know what? I've gotten to the point that if somebody does that, I'm just going to sit there and I'm going to do the same darn thing. I'm not putting my finger. If they're that sick.
You're not putting your finger where?
Rectum.
Yeah.
That's a good idea there. But no, but I'm not, Lord knows, if they did that in the bowl, what are they doing on the handle?
Crap. Good point.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks for the good news. I'm going to become a foot flusher. There's an old saying, Jews have an old saying. It's called say better to be a foot flusher than a floor flusher. 567-0560 pound 560 on the mobile one line. We're just rolling along, singing a song here on a great Friday. Tell you what, the 25th of June. It's just amazing to me. I shouldn't say this because every time I do this, I give myself a canary. But for some strange reason, maybe we're making a big comeback in the summertime, huh? Maybe everybody in town is out of money or something. Because usually this time of the year, everybody is long. Maybe it's after the 4th of July, huh? Don't count your calls before they hatch. But usually it's, really slow and grim and slim. We got our buddies coming from Wayne Arnold's Royal Castle, by the way, for lunch today. I know a lot of people out there who take notes on this show. People who just want to mark down every goddamn thing that goes on there because they're very much into the show, which we appreciate that. Wayne Arnold's coming up with lunch today, and they're delivering, by the way. What's the guy's name that brings us lunch now? What is it?
Hudson.
Oh, Hudson, that's right. How could I forget that? Named a car after him. And a river. Nice going, Hudson. We're looking forward to you. And where's John Penis with my blood people, by the way? 11 o'clock, he says they're going to be in here by 11 o'clock. See, because once the food comes, then I can't eat. I'm not going to sit here and stare at food because these people are going to come and take my blood to test for allergies, which, believe me, I'm sure I'm allergic to this place. That's going to be the first thing that comes up. Seriously. The first thing that comes up on the list when it tests my allergies is going to be...
It's Steve in Miami town at 560 WQAM.
That's going to be it. Oh, there's John Penis right there. Good timing. I was just screaming and carrying on like a child, wondering what the hell's going on with you.
Sports Fag Radio will never be the same. Starting this Monday on 560 WQAM, it's the Brian and Terry Murray Show. 6 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. Only on 560 WQAM.
Well, when you come to my house, every time you ask to use the toilet here, and that's fine. But when you're done, you always give me a very special gift to you. That's a surprise. When you wipe your ass, you can show a little class, and just remember to flush. Well, the liver on the tank is what you pull for a courtesy flush when getting full. Cause when it's my turn to lift the seat, your lumbering turns out you want to see. You took this up the start and now don't leave me broken hearted. Just remember to flush.
Okay, I have never seen, honest to God, talking about the flushing thing with the feet. Now I'm beginning to understand about all these macho men that I'm surrounded by. I've never seen two such pussies in my life, especially John Penis. This man, one of our great sales holes, okay, is sitting in there. His face is as red as a goddamn beet, okay? Ready to pass out. I just had blood drawn, okay, which is not a big deal. I get blood drawn all the time for a cholesterol test or whatever. All the time you get blood drawn if you're like a real man like me. And here's a married guy with 600 kids in there sitting there like, we can't even watch it, and he's still ready to pass out just from looking through the window in there and seeing that this is going on in here. Unbelievable. And Mr. Hotshot in there, JP, who also flushes with his foot, he's like turning the other way and staring at the ceiling like anything to see from blood coming out of somebody's arm. No wonder you flush with your foot. Jesus Christ. Am I going to put a little something on there or what? Yes, sir. Like a little bandage? Okay. I think so. Great job, by the way. Excellent. Yeah, we're doing a little thing here to test for allergies. And like I said, the first allergy is definitely Todd Dreck came to the top of the list. His name is number one on the list. Todd Dreck, you're allergic to him. Screw Ann, she's on the list. The water Nazi, she's on the list. She's on the allergy list. Okay, there you go. Simple, painless, no problem, no pain, no gain. What do you need? Oh, I thought you were, okay. Okay. Okay, there we go, all done. Was that a big deal, huh?
No.
And John Penis is barely staggering against the wall in there. He can barely stand up. What a pussy, baby. You're ready to take over the PD's job any day. Another pussy. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. When are we going to have those, by the way? Tuesday next week. Excellent. Sounds good. Thanks. Here's North Miami. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil. Hey.
Sounds chronic to me. Yes, sir?
Yeah, what's up with this penis thing, dog?
Yeah, okay. 567-0560, pound 5. What did I tell you? Pound 560 on a mobile one line. See, we're trying to be nice to the Julios, Barry. We're trying to court some favor with them, and they got a half a dozen of these little punks out there, and it's the same, no life, no material, bada-bop, bada-beep, bada, the same old crap, okay, Barry? So you can have those guys over there on Waffin'. We're all laughing at Waffin'. Yeah, what is wrong with these people around here? Having a little blood drawn, and they're like swooning. Oh, I can't even look at it, much less have anybody do that to me. Poor John Penis. And you like, oh, brother. Lost all your credibility, Mr. Macho Man in there. Here's Mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Good morning, Neil. How are you?
Pretty good, sir.
Good. I want to talk about something that has a little bit to do with sports, but it's kind of related to life in general. Is the Larry Johnson issue that?
Yes, sir. Well, we played that clip before. Maybe we'll play another one, an illiterate clip.
Okay. Are you still there?
I'm listening.
Okay. This problem with the race issue, the race card being brought into different situations in life, honestly, will never ever be solved and never even be confronted seriously about until people start realizing, especially people that are in everyday life that have a major voice, like a Larry Johnson, where he can speak to the reporters on a continuous basis, or Johnny Cochran.
Yeah.
When it's taken seriously one day and not being brought out as things that happened in the past and being confronted seriously about the problem, then and only then will anything ever be done about this issue. When people bring up slavery and stuff that happened in the past, which everybody's fully aware of.
Yeah.
If they keep bringing things up like that, I mean, they use it as a joke. They use it as a way to get out of things.
I look at it like a misery index. It's comparative misery, like who's been persecuted the most and who's been picked on the most and who's been oppressed the most. And here it is. It's like the end of the century, and let's start getting with the program now, okay? Stop making excuses for aberrant behavior and not having an education and having your priorities all screwed up, and stop blaming things that happened 50 years ago and 300 years ago.
Exactly.
Pile of crap.
That's the only way. That's only then will anything ever be confronted. Otherwise, it's going to keep coming up and keep coming up, and everybody's going to make fun of it, just like the O.J. Simpson trial.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
But as long as we live in a country where people, hold up as heroes illiterate 7-foot freaks and don't and have no admiration for people with a brain, then you're going to have more of this.
Exactly, and it's going to continue.
Okay.
Have a good weekend, Neil.
And back to you. God bless America. 567-0560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. Larry Johnson, another great philosopher. All these rocket scientists, Reggie White, Larry Johnson, they already be knowing their crap, all running around telling us, talking trash, talking crap, illiterate bull crap. Here's Goulds. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Praise Jesus. How's it going today?
Amen.
I'm a foot flusher. Neil, God!
You're another foot flusher?
Oh, foot flusher all the way.
Oh, my God.
Have you ever seen, I work in nightclubs a couple days a week, and, I don't want to touch where these people have been urinating on. Are you crazy?
On the handle? I mean, the handle is on the side of a toilet.
These people are intoxicated.
They're peeing on the handle?
they lose control
They're handling
of basic bodily movements, if you know what I mean.
Really?
All kinds of movements.
Yeah.
Crapping on the seat, crapping on
Squirt. Yeah.
crapping on the flusher.
Yeah.
So I just used the heel.
Well,
of my shoe.
I must be lucky. I've never seen any crap on one of those.
Literally,
you
huh?
know?
No, even at work. You know, I work with pretty much decent people, but I use the elbow at the urinal. And what I
You
don't
use the
like,
elbow?
the elbow.
Gee, I hope you don't slip and fall in. That would really be rough.
Oh, thanks for giving me that picture.
Right.
No, but these toilets that do the automatic flushing for you.
That's the way to go.
No, that's the horrible way to go.
Not the way to go?
You know, every time you flush the toilet, the water pressure coming down and the airwaves bring out all the
It comes
germs.
on the airwaves?
With the water comes a little bit of airflow, and it pushes the germs and it swirls them up into the room. So you're sitting there with your pecker exposed. This thing automatically flushes, spews all these germs all over your genitals. It's just not healthy.
Yeah.
I just like the manual flush. I don't want to
maybe,
flush it till it's secure.
maybe you put your pecker away before you flush. Maybe that's a good idea.
Well, the thing, I don't flush. It flushes automatically.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, a stream is going, I'm purging the bladder, and then it's flushing for me, and I'm like, oh, jeez.
It's flushing before you get up?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, I'm standing up. I don't
Okay, well,
sit
listen, I'll see you in
down.
Europe. They have great bidets over there. You love it. Okay. Psychotic. I never realized that we touched on such a traumatic thing yesterday. We just kind of fell into this by accident, so to speak. He's doing it with his elbow. See, I don't think that's a really good idea. Because I can just see the vision. Oops, and there he goes, the whole body right into the, oh, man. I apologize so close to lunchtime for conjuring up the vision, but nevertheless, falling into a big pot of crap. But at least it would be his own. God. Speaking of crap, here's a call from Fort Myers. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
How you doing, sir?
Listener to your show.
All right.
Hey, I want to tell you, though.
How's Corey Sabin doing over there? We hear that a lot of people hate him like poison already, so he must be doing pretty good.
Well, I guess he's doing good. See, I work for a TV station.
Do you?
And I want to tell you, some
Not
of
on the air. You're not on the air, are you?
What?
Are you on the air?
Oh, no, I'm a
It doesn't
production
sound like that. No, you just don't have a voice for TV.
I'm a production assistant. Let me tell you, the bathrooms at the TV station where I work at are just disgusting. I mean, there's crap on the seats. I mean, we're in a professional environment, for crying out loud.
Well, it is kind of a business,
Yeah, and it's just, I walk in the bathrooms, I expect to be, be clean, and then crap all over the place.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, if you work in a place or you go like into a restaurant and you go to the restrooms and they're not like sparkling clean, you know you're in a crap house. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, yeah. But I heard you talking about our NBC affiliate the other day.
Right.
Talking about, I forgot which one of the anchors, Craig Wolf.
Yeah. Well, somebody faxed this. I have no idea who. I don't know, Craig Wolf from Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's one of our local anchors from our NBC affiliate. But
is he good?
Oh, yes, very good. Very great.
Yeah.
And the guy that you were talking about that works for our Fox station, what was his name again?
Corey Sabin.
Corey Sabin. Yeah, he's the weekend 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock anchor over there. He's doing pretty good.
Is he?
Yes.
He didn't blow up like a balloon like the one guy said?
No.
Well, of course, you wouldn't know if he blew up like a balloon because you never knew him before he came over there, so you have no reference.
So what was he, sports?
He was a sports nerd over here. He used to take a lot of crap from Hank, like all the other people that work Hank's show, and then he got out of here and went over there to get into important things like news.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said he was tired of all these sports nerds around here. Well, have a great day, pal.
All right, thank you, bud.
And so I had to, what's his name there on NBC, when you see him in the tea room, 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Yeah, you go into an airport, for example, and all of a sudden nature is like, and of course a lot of times when you're coming in off a plane, or like maybe you're sitting waiting to go on a plane. I don't know about you, but I don't like doing any serious business on a plane unless I absolutely have to, because it's so cramped. That's not good for your body, I'll tell you that right now. See, the European toilets, I've told you this many times over the years, that's the one, if nothing else, that's one thing they got way over us. Their hotels are old and they're dilapidated, but the European toilets, not only do they have bidets in most of the restrooms, but the toilet seats are like wider, which puts less strain on your rectum. So it makes for a much easier movement. You get what I'm saying? Much easier on the roids. But when you're on an airplane, it's like that Peter Sellers thing where he's got his leg in a cast and it's up against the wall. Not a lot of room to maneuver around, and definitely not good on the old
rectum.
No. So if you're getting ready to go on a plane, or you're just coming off of a plane, maybe you've held it in because you just don't want to go into that little 2x3 space and try to do nature's business. So you go into an airport, and that'll tell you a lot about the airport. Now, I will say this, Miami International, the restrooms are spotless.
Oh!
There you go. Spotless. because there may be a lot of other stuff going on there in the tea rooms at MIA, but no, I don't think too much of that. Especially late at night. You know what's going on in there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what we hear. Especially over there by American Airlines. Speaking of American Airlines, by the way, another little problem yesterday. Boy, they're having a tough run, you know what I'm saying? They're having a really tough run at American Airlines. I don't want to say it too loud, because every now and then I do go up there to Toronto on American Airlines. And they do, at least they used to like me like crazy until they had that walkout, you know, by the, was it the pilots or whoever the hell it was, several months ago, and they screwed over all those passengers. See, they're like Delta. They're ready whenever they feel like it, you know. It used to be we're ready when you are, but now we're ready whenever we feel like it. And since you got no other choices anyway, you'll go when we're good and ready to take you, and otherwise shut up and sit down. That's the airline's attitude these days. And by the way, pay us through the nose. But other than that, 26 past 11. Boy, now the food, got my blood taken, the food is coming. I'm serious, man. All you macho guys, I go home and I laugh at you guys. There's such a bunch of pussies. Pussy, 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 pussy. Everywhere you look, there's another goddamn pussy. Have a little bit of blood. Only 2 little vials this guy took. Great job, too, by the way. Didn't even feel the goddamn needle.
Friday, you bastard.
Missed the toilet last night. All over the floor. Wiped it up with my washcloth. Don't wash my face much anymore. Went to whiz in the sink. Pissed all over the floor. Mopped it up with my toothbrush. Oh! Don't brush my teeth much also. Yeah.
Thank you, Connie, for reminding me about that great piece. It's 11:32 at 560 WQAM. Here's our good friend Harvey P. from Paradise Limousines faxes me a thing. It's a crackpot drug campaign. Group tells how to be good crack smoker, and you pay. Smoking crack doesn't have to mean losing control of your life. This is from the Philadelphia Inquirer. It says the page of this little poisonous pamphlet freezes you in place. Smoking crack doesn't mean you have to lose control of your life, and it beckons you inside with an invitation to check out some suggestions on saving money, keeping a job, staying safe, keeping your life together while on crack. Oh! There you go. Well, maybe we'll get into that, because evidently somebody around here's got a crack problem.
Roy!
At least they do now. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Now, don't let me forget, I got to get back into this prostitution probe. They're probing with it, implicating more Dade police. In fact, I think the most important part of this story is that they've only scratched the tip of somebody's tip so far. Sometimes there'd be 5 or 6 or 7 officers there at once, said one of the residents of the complex, who are getting the complex from it. Other times there were 5 or 6 who visited at different times throughout the day. The cops were going and coming.
Squirt, squirt.
Coming.
Squirt, squirt.
And coming
Squirt, squirt.
and going. Back and forth. With this 16-year-old chick with this whore ring they had going on there. Like I said, that's the motto of our police. Don't do as we do as we say. Drive nice and slow. Oh, and by the way, speaking of drive nice and slow, yesterday, one of my 85 trips up my shortcut hiatus road between Broward and Sunrise, and I get almost to Sunrise Boulevard, and I notice on the right-hand side, have you ever seen these things where they have these speed detectors? There's nobody around, but they have these things that show you your speed as you're approaching it. And they got one sitting there, like about a half a block off the corner of Sunrise on Hiatus. And I got news for you. And almost all of Hiatus Road in that mile stretch there's no residences. There's a couple of churches that are set way, way back off the street. There's no reason in the world for the speed limit to be 35. But that's one of the favorite speed traps. And now they put this thing out there to like inspire you to keep going slow on there, even though there's a canal way over on the right and there's nothing but trees. There's not a home within 500 yards of where that thing is sitting. Nice going, plantation pork. And in the meantime, people are running that goddamn intersection there at Sunrise and the Hiatus. 100 miles an hour they're going through there. And I saw a woman nearly kill somebody the night before, flying through there like 4 seconds after the light changed. Are we nailing them?
No.
No, but we got that thing sitting there making sure that you see that you're going too fast on a 35 that should be at least 45. Nice going, baby. Nice going, Chief, you jackass. Here's Coral Springs. Hello.
Neil, thanks for bringing up this problem of toilet bowl design.
Yes, sir.
It's terrible. In a country as advanced as this, we have these narrow little shallow bowls.
Right.
You know, if you slide back enough to get frontal clearance, you know, you're going to have some rim blockage. And if you slide forward enough, then that, you know, then you
nothing
have
worse
to,
than having rim blockage, I'll tell you that.
then you have to bend down at such a ridiculous angle, and that water is ice cold. Why can't we have some decently designed toilet bowls in this country?
Yeah, exactly.
And in closing, Neil, Pearl, back up. Okay, hit the brakes, Pearl. Not hit the brakes, Pearl!
Too late. Okay. Oh. Yeah, there's a great story for you right on the front page of the Herald this morning. Another old lady who went, yeah, well, poor Pearl, she's 175 years old. She lost control of her car and was trapped in a fireball, that's right. While she was driving to the gas station, she was in a big hurry, you know. And this guy, Greg whatever his name is, saved Pearl Steinberg. How do you like that? Steinberg, 85, from Century Village, hit the gas when she meant to step on the brake. Well, it's a common mistake. Oh, that's the brake over there? Oh, too late. She hit the accelerator when she meant to hit the brake. And, oh, my God, she went knocking into this gas pump. They had a big ball of fire. Nice going there, Pearl. And, by the way, congratulations on your brand-new 6-year driver's license that I'm sure will be coming in the mail any day now from the state of Florida. Oh! There we go. State of Florida, where even the dead people can have a good time driving. That's what I like about this state. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Here's a mobile in Sunrise. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
Hey, getting back to the toilet issue, I have a friend who on the one hand has germ phobia, uses his foot, but on the other hand never washes his hands when he leaves the bathroom.
Yeah, see, I mentioned this yesterday. Why would you use your foot when you're going to wash your hands anyway? I mean, if you just took a dump, my God almighty, for sure, even if you went to Michigan State like I did and you don't wash your hands after you take a leak, but after you do some serious business, anybody with a brain, with any decency, washes his hands. So what difference does it make whether you put your hand on the thing?
He had such a germ phobia, he didn't want to touch the flusher on one hand, but he never washed his hands during anything.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Hey, can I call someone a douchebag?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ron and Lenny, you pizza delivering douchebag.
Okay. Yeah, this is a real interesting thing that we unscraped on the show. Like last year at this time, we unscraped all these straight guys that want to have anal sex with their women or anybody else that won't move away too fast. That was last year. Now this year we're finding about the toilet fetishes of America. And believe me, I've been in a lot of toilets all over the world. I've been in places that you wouldn't even want to know about, or maybe you would. Never heard of such things. And these are people, by the way, that never heard of a glory hole, but they're flushing with their feet, with their elbows, with their armpits, with their nose, with their earlobes, with their... Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil, how are you?
Great.
I have a question. Maybe you can answer it.
Go right ahead.
You refer to it sometimes as a professional Cuban. Could you explain that for me? What a professional Cuban is?
Professional Cuban is like a professional Jew or a professional black or anybody else who's like, that's all they know about are things that have to do with being Cuban and Cuba and Fidel and all of that other stuff, who walk around with a professional ethnic chip on their shoulder and aren't just regular, ordinary, pedestrian human beings, like professional Jews who 24 hours a day are worried about Israel and did somebody steal a mezuzah off their wall and stuff like that.
So pretty much everyone in Miami is a professional something.
Nah, I wouldn't say just in Miami. I mean, that's one of the problems with America is we got too many people with a chip on their shoulder instead of just being ordinary run-of-the-mill folks and, kind of like being like everybody else. They're more worried about their own personal ass to grind.
Okay.
Am I wrong about that?
You answered the question for it. It's what I thought it was, and you answered it for me.
Yeah.
Now, I have a Catholic story as well that I want to tell you.
You're not a professional Catholic, right?
No.
Okay.
The other day, I stepped into church, and I saw something very strange. A bris was taking place.
A bris?
A bris.
Yeah.
But what made it stranger was that the priest wasn't using a knife, he was using his teeth.
Okay, thank you.
There's no fags in the church.
Okay, thanks. That's the way the Catholics do it. They don't want to spend the extra money like the Jews do with the moil to bring him in there for that little silly thing, so the priest just bites it off, okay? I guess that's what he's doing. Here, all the other times these poor priests that get sent to jail, they weren't doing what everybody thought they were doing. They were just performing a circumcision. You know what we're saying?
Oh,
exactly. The hell's wrong with all you people? You're all so uptight. Everybody worried about, all these things that are supposedly happening.
Father, could you help an old older boy? I'm a Catholic.
No. 21 before noon is 560. work. You know, I've said this before, and there are a few things in life more annoying than like going into a public restroom where there are like 4 or 5 stalls or however many there are. And there's some old guy, always some real old geezer sitting a couple of stalls, or maybe, God forbid, the one right next to you, and he's like making these, like he hasn't had which is probably true. He hasn't had a movement since before Beethoven was a baby, okay? And like, oh, Jesus, God already. But at any rate, be that as it may, it's 11:45 at 560 WQAM, 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. The Hank Goldberg Show at 2. 6 o'clock, we got our former friend Donnie B talking baseball, which we used to like Donnie a lot, but now that we understand he's consorting with Christina Moore, we're a little undecided. 6:30 the pregame, we got the Marlins at the Montreal Expos. I mean, talk about a loser of a game. No chance. But, boy, we sure sold a lot of spots on those Marlin games. By the way, Barry Jackass, you better get that message. Get the info, because I know you're listening right now, Barry. We sold a ton of spots, a crap load of spots on the Marlin games yesterday, but we sold, I think, what was it, 1 million spots at $1 a piece. So we're in it. We may actually make the next payment. Here's a lady in Kendall. Hello.
Hello there, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing?
Great.
I'm one of those toilet flushers with the foot.
No.
Yeah, because I travel down the alley a lot. And when the woman has to go, she's got to go. You can't hold it in. And I'm a little bit further. Not only do I press my foot, but you know the dispensers for the hand towels?
Uh-huh.
I'll take them out first, put the towels away, and then wash my hands. So that when I wash my hands, I haven't touched anything in the bathroom.
Wait a minute. Let me try to follow that again. You take the towels out.
Right, first. You haven't washed your hands yet. You use a dispenser. You take the towels out just in case someone, sneezes or has snot on their hands or whatever.
Oh.
It.
Yeah.
And then put the towels, put them on your arm, wash your hands. That way now your hands are clean of anything you've touched in the bathroom, and then you have your towels.
Boy, you're like hermetically sealed. That's beautiful.
Not really. I'll tell you, Neil, ever since I wash my hands with them more often, I watch what where I go and stuff.
Yeah.
The coals have been cut
Cleanliness is godliness. Am I right?
Yeah, pretty much that close. And also, one more comment on the prostitution and right there in little Kendall down the road.
Right.
I've had friends in there for about a couple of years. And I thought, damn, this is like the most well-protected place I've ever seen. There's always cops up and down that place. And I thought, well,
yeah, that's right. At least the residents are safe in there anyway.
They're really safe. There's hardly any little problems like that, and like King's Colony with the murders and stuff. But now I realize what it is. The cops just been hanging out. They're just waiting for their turn or something.
Exactly. I think they're taking a number.
They're watching out for their buddies.
Okay.
You have a good one.
And back to you.
Go Knicks.
See you on the alley. Oh, she reminded me, by the way. Let's go Spurs! Oh! 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Welcome to Toilet Talk. It's just a real crappy topic of conversation, but nevertheless, it's a real part of life. And like I told you before, if there was a God, there's no way in the world that we'd have to go through this. But nevertheless. Oh, maybe the devil. Maybe the devil is behind this, huh? Maybe every time you have, screaming diarrhea, the devil did it. Uh-huh. Right. Every time you have, bleeding hemorrhoids, the devil did it. Or maybe, Roy! Was probing a little bit too much. I still can't get over that. That had to be a joke, didn't it?
No.
Oh. If anybody in the audience could see the size of this instrument, the enormity. I mean, in your wildest dreams, you have never seen anything this gigantic and vivid and massive and throbbing. But evidently, maybe Roy and OJ shared it. In fact, maybe if we ever get one of those double ones, that's got a head on both ends. There you go, OJ and Roy together again in stereo, on opposite ends of the pole. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. So anyway, prostitution probe implicates more Dade police. The probe into prostitution ring allegedly run by a Miami Beach police officer has expanded to include 4 more officers from 2 other departments, law enforcement sources said. The Miami-Dade Police Department transferred 1 narcotics detective who was implicated in the ring, 2 sources said. Another officer, a 17-year Miami police veteran, was suspended with pay after an internal investigation determined he knew about the prostitution ring and did nothing to stop it. And it goes on and on. And then, of course, as luck would have it, as the story continues on page 7A, on the inside of the Herald this morning, the right-hand part of the page, every now and then they get a page that's got black, like a black border, like a funeral march, and maybe this one should have. So it's really hard to read. Probably intentionally, right? Just an accident? No, it's intentional. The father of the 16-year-old prostitute charged in the case said his daughter is in fear for her life because she's been threatened by the officer's friends. His daughter, he said, is a teenage mom who fell into the street life by following her parents' poor lead and was making all of the big bucks and lying through her teeth about where it was coming from. But it says from all the departments, Miami-Dade and Hialeah, here were all these different patrol cars parking out, going upstairs, up and down, in and out. Obviously a lot more in and out, up and down. Sometimes there would be 5 or 6 or 7 officers there at once. Other times there were 5 or 6 who visited at different times throughout the day. They kept this bimbo busy. I mean, she was real busy. Nice going there, Porkers. And like I said, I've only scratched the surface of this from forces all over town. So that goes to show you, if you want to really get results, advertise in New Times. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Here's Plantation. Hello. Plantation.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Get a shameless request?
Yeah.
Little titties?
567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. He said he's got what? Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi. I was listening to you in the car before, and I didn't know if you covered this or not in your favorite columnist, Barry Jackson's column today.
Yes, I did.
About the Bob Costas quote?
Yes.
Okay.
Covered that, covered the rest of the article, the second in his 45,000-part series about 1,700 sports fan...
there's one thing about that station that I thought you would have pointed out, and you may have, like I said, I didn't hear too much of the show, but don't you think that if you can get the station, which I can't even get it in my car, it doesn't go up that high, that we might get another point of view besides the ass-kissing point of view that the guys on QAM give out because they're carrying the games and they're friendly with the coaches and the players and...
A point of view from whom? First of all, Imus is going to be on in the morning. He doesn't talk about sports. Okay. Mike and a Mad Dog are in New York. They do a syndicated show. They're not going to be talking, if they do carry that, they're not going to be talking about South Florida sports teams. Which
might be, a relief also.
Why?
And
listen, if you listen to it and you like the sports shows over there, be my guest. But the point I'm trying to make to you is that nothing that I read in his gigantic front page column on Monday indicated me anything that might be interesting. They got 2 guys who are going to be in midday against me who were losers on the weekend on this station. You couldn't keep a weekend job on this station. So what point of view are they going to have?
Who can get this station? Like I said, I couldn't listen to it if I wanted to.
Right.
But, just there's a thought that we might get another point of view besides the.
Well, let me ask you, how many points of view do you need about the same boring stuff? I mean, what's there going on? What is there to have a point of view on right now anyway? Sir.
I'm thinking about it.
Exactly. Well, call me back when you come up with an answer. Thank you. There's not a damn thing going on. We got the NHL draft tomorrow. Anybody care about that? No. Except the people who wanted the free tickets to go, get their free meal and booze. 567-0560. We got 600 open lines here all of a sudden because everybody suddenly got the urge to check it out. Pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Here's a mobile in Hialeah. Hello.
Yeah, hey, what's going on?
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Great.
One thing, I was wondering, why would Roy even be messing with that thing when he had those blues and nutty stools from the Atkins? You got to wonder about that.
I think that's a good point. You reminded me. Maybe that's how Roy got oozing bloody stools, because he was bitching about that a year and a half ago when we first came here. If you're going to be sticking big, gigantic objects into your rectum, you're going to wind up with bloody oozing stools. Excellent analyzation, sir. Outstanding.
Another thing, when the guy said the guy was using his teeth to do the brisk,
yeah.
There's a guy a new linebacker on the Dolphins. I don't know if you read the story in the paper, but he went to this guy's farm, a friend's farm, and she had to castrate all these sheep. And to castrate the sheep, the least painless thing for you to do is to bite them off. And I swear in the story it said he castrated maybe 500 sheep that day.
Yeah, I saw the headline. It said dolphin bites off more than he can chew, right? 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Boy, these people got a livid and vivid sense of humor today, don't they? They're out of control. See, that's why we don't have our weed here today, because evidently the good stuff did come in but didn't make the building. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Okay, sir.
Good. You were pointing out before about how disgusting it is when people don't wash their hands after they use the bathroom in public. Well, the only thing about that is you got to make sure you use a paper towel, because usually if you crap or you pee.
No, I'm not talking about. Wait a minute. I'm not talking about after taking a leak. Real men don't wash their hands after they take a leak.
Well, there's a lot of people in the world who I don't know, they miss. They pee on themselves.
They pee on themselves?
There's people out there that do
on their hands. They pee on their hands.
Well, the first thing they do is they touch the faucet to turn it on. So they've just touched their wiener.
They touch their faucet to turn her on.
Well, when they turn on the water, they're getting the crap or the urine, whatever it is. They're getting it on the handle. They're washing their hands. then they're touching it again when they turn it off.
Sir, what are you talking about? How difficult is it to wash your hands?
For me, absolutely nothing. I use a paper towel to turn on the water.
I think these people need some assistance, if you ask me. Jesus Christ. How do these people get out of bed in the morning? How do they put their goddamn pantaloonies on? Something as simple as like going and, is as complicated as this? And you wonder why they can't walk and chew gum at the same time? 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. I will say one thing, and that is I don't like those blow dryers that they have in some public restrooms. Give me some nice paper towels, okay? I don't want to stand there rubbing my hands together for like 45 minutes waiting for like that a little bit of air to pish on your hand, so maybe it might get dry sometime between now and the year 25. That I don't like. Give me some good paper towels. And, of course, these places that are doing that, number one, they're saving money on paper towels. And, number two, they think this is like, oh, this is so much more modern and space age and more sanitary, you know, to have that little blow dry pushing just a little tiny flow of air onto your hands. Forget it. 4 minutes till noon at 560 WQAM, your etiquette station for the 90s. We don't take any crap from anybody around this joint. Hey, you want some good crap, go down to Nick's Cigars in Miami and you'll find out what real smoking pleasure is all about. I feel sorry for people that have never really enjoyed a great cigar from Nick's, because those people are probably buying some stale crap from their drugstore or supermarket or one of those little mom and pop stores, you know, that's got stuff laying around for months and years at a time. And they open it up and what they do is, speaking of crap, that's what they got in their mouth.
All right. I'm into Peter Schnitzel, bratwurst and sauerkraut. I love a Polish pickle. I'll roll the barrel out. I put on lederhosen and I wear a funny hat. The sound of a brass tuba and then I'm the clarinet. It's a sound you won't forget. It's my favorite dance. I'm singing a lively polka. Fill your beer sign up. Singing a lively polka. The cabbage rolls are good with sausage from a smoker. Stick your beer gun out. Singing a lively polka. Singing a lively polka. I'm singing a funky polka. The band goes boom, pop, pop. We're singing a lovely polka. Dance with your grandma during a lovely polka. In heaven there's no fear, so drink some of my new polka. Eat some kielbasa, listening to a polka. Listening to a polka. Come on, everyone loves a polka to sing on. That's not every night.
All right, uno, dos, tres, baby. That's what he says best. Uno, dos, tres, and he keeps saying it over and over and over again. That's basically it. It's 2 minutes after noon at 560 WQM, your anti-Ricky Martin station. Oh! The 90s. Let Power 96 have Ricky Martin, okay? We'd rather have Billy Martin, and he ain't feeling too good right now. Thanks to my good buddy Wayne Arnold and Hudson, who both showed up here together today bringing the food. God, look at that. There's enough food there for the Chinese Army, or maybe just the three of us. Don't forget Joe Costello's big auto racing show tomorrow morning at 6. Oh! Just thought I would mention that, just in case you missed the promo. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. Yeah. I was calling up just to, I have a comment about the thing in Kendall with the police.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
About the whoremongering cops, yes?
Oh, yeah. Just, I'm disgusted with them, and the corruption has got to stop. But however, I wanted to give them a little creativity because they're so used to always going into the donut shop, spending an hour just to kill time.
Yeah.
You know, drinking coffee. How long does it take to drink coffee and eat donuts? If that's
at least
really
they're spending their time down in Kendall more constructively anyway.
Exactly. Well, that's what I mean. At least I give my hats off to them on that. But
right.
Just going to Denny's and killing time and when they should be out there patrolling the streets.
See, I have a feeling that's probably the reason we haven't had too much. Oh, thank you so much. I think somebody got to him. The reason we haven't had a lot of comment about this is because a lot of guys are jealous and they would like to have found the address where the 16-year-old hookers were. I think that's what. No, that's the real reason. See, prostitution is legal in so many countries. Well, see, there you go with that again. You know, don't start with that. But the thing that I find most irritating is that these are the same people who will destroy your lives if, God forbid, you get caught picking up a hooker on a boulevard or wherever on Federal Highway. But they're not only running the ring, but in fact, it says in the article, the only people who ever went in there were cops, said one neighbor who said he was afraid to give his name. Can't imagine why. We saw only police and nothing else. We just thought maybe she liked policemen. Yeah, she just liked the cops. She had a uniform fetish or whatever it was. She liked policemen. She just liked to hang out with the cops, and they would hang it out, and she would whatever. And like I said, nobody cares. They just want to know the phone number and where because it said barely legal, huge breast, very hot, etc. and so on. Now, what could possibly be wrong with that? Sunrise, hello.
Hello.
Except that they weren't sharing with everybody else. Yes, sir.
Hello, Uncle Neil.
Yes, I am.
Hi, how you doing?
Okay.
Want to talk about NHL draft?
About what?
The NHL draft?
Okay, tomorrow, noon to 3. This guy wants to talk about the NHL draft. Oh, my God. Have another draft. Okay, it must be a Molson. Or is it a Labatt? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Look at that. There's the Neely play with the Neely burgers. No bread, by the way. Thank you, Wayne and Hudson. Wayne Arnold's Royal Castle, 125th and 441. It's still there, baby, after all these years. With the Castle burgers and Neely burgers with bacon and cheese and the Rochester White Hots. The Russ's White Hots, just like direct from Rochester, imported. Don't accept any substitutions. Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Great.
Good. Back when I was in grade school, we would flush the toilets with our foot to make like we were kickstarting a motorcycle. Just thought I'd share that with you.
Okay, well, thanks for the good news. There you go. All the bikers out there, they do it with their foot and the toilet, too. Speaking about bikers, by the way, I know this is a very delicate subject, especially in the middle of my lunch. Is there some kind of an unwritten law somewhere that says that people who ride motorcycles have to be fat, have long hair, and look grotesque, and never shave? Is there some law that I haven't read? They all have to look like Jazz McKay on a bad day? And lately, by the way, I've been seeing Schwarzer bikers. Have you seen that, like on I-95 or the Turnpike, like packs of young, dark-complected guys on motorcycles? I mean, don't like ordinary pedestrian, regular-looking, run-of-the-mill white people who ride motorcycles?
No.
No. Why is that? What is the syndrome? What's the attraction there? Besides the obvious thing with the leather and the S&M and the boots and the spurs and the spikes and all of those good things. What's the attraction? What's it all about? Another thing is we desperately try to complete the learning process before it's too late. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Kendall. Hello.
Hey, what up?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? I just want to spread the word, man. You the bomb.
Yeah.
You are wicked.
I am.
Catch up in Lee County, and I tell you.
I be the bomb.
You are the bomb, man. Speak that truth. Do no harm, Dread.
Okay.
Be good.
See ya. Oh, that must have been Tommy because he said, sup. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. See, when a white guy says, sup, then you know you're in deep trouble, okay? You know they're probably dyeing their hair yellow. Now, he's a good guy. Some days. Here's Mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Neil. You know, I was just thinking the whole thing with this Kendall, the prostitution and all that with the cops. They're just trying to work off the extra weight from the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
After they visit the Dunkin' Donuts.
See, nobody takes this seriously. Nobody cares about the fact that we live with such a bunch of hypocrites terrorizing your lives, writing you tickets. They can go 90 miles an hour. I see it all the time. Drive, weave in and out irresponsibly.
Yeah, that's true. You know. Anyway, in honor of the foot flushers, can you play "Don't Wash My Face Much Anymore"?
Don't what?
Don't wash my face much anymore.
I just got through playing that.
Oh, did you?
Yes, sir.
I didn't hear it.
Well, have a great day. Just got through playing that only moments ago. That was thanks to Tommy reminding me about it because I'm old and senile. But anyway, have a great weekend. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless. Can't we get off this toilet talk? We got all these other important things going on, and all we got, like for example, these people that swoon at the sight of somebody else. See, this is the thing that gets me. I can understand some people being nervous about giving blood, although I can't relate to that very well. A little bit nervous. Because it really doesn't hurt that much. In fact, if they do it right like today, you don't feel anything. It's like a little prick, and who can't relate to that? But I mean, guys who are like ready to swoon just seeing somebody else having blood taken, what kind of emotional cripples, what kind of mental midgets, what kind of weaklings are we talking about? besides John Penis. I bet you we got a lot of macho guys in the audience right now, including some of these big athletes, just pass out at the sight of a needle. Yeah, I bet you even maybe Roy would have a nervous breakdown. He don't mind a big black dildo, but a needle, oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm going to bang you in the butt, honey.
Hello, suckers. My name is Columba. I got off the plane after shopping in France to piss your money away. I bought designer clothes, expensive baubles and jewels, and knew in advance the duty tax was due. I tried very hard to smuggle, and they wouldn't let me buy. But I did not get in trouble, 'cause I'm the governor's wife. Yes, I'm Jeb's obedient wife who wants to live up my life with special favors. After all, my husband's brother will soon be your dictator. I'm like Flora de la Vida. I buy anything I need and just one thing more. I'll be just risking family values when I get dust from the store.
You did that whore.
12:14 at 560 WQAM. By the way, thanks to Bill in Homestead, who faxes me and reminds me that last night. That's enough, Sam. If I knew he was getting any, he couldn't have had it. For Miriam, it was okay, not for that freeloader. Anyway, he reminds me that last night on the NHL awards show, which was really ponderous, by the way, it was on ESPN2 and also on CBC if you had the big dish, but nevertheless. And I did watch the whole thing. I have no idea why. Nothing else on. The great one, Wayne Gretzky, one of the 2 times he went up there for a standing and screaming and hysterical ovation and sucked around. At the end of his speech, he has to say, oh, and for what it's worth, I thought it was a good goal. And everybody went, yeah, right, Wayne. Get your tongue out there a little bit longer on Gary Bettman. Okay, you phony. Yeah, more and more people are now trying to rationalize, oh, yeah, it was the continuation play. Does anybody know what that means? No. Yeah, everybody, and of course, Ron McClain and Don Cherry threw a couple of shots in Gary Bettman in the league's direction, but nobody paid any attention to that. Thank you so much, Bill from Homestead, who also points out that all these very antiseptic people that are flushing with their feet and then scrubbing and washing their hands for 5 minutes, on the way out of the toilet, of course, they open the door with their hands. What do you open with your nose?
Leg.
Oh, yeah, with your leg. They open it with their leg. Especially if it's got one of the knobs. Okay, maybe that's why we didn't see some of these people for about 4 or 5 hours. They were trying to open up that doorknob with their toes.
John Penis says he waits for somebody else to come in before he goes outside.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, John Penis waits for somebody else to open the door, and then as soon as they come in, he rushes out so we don't have to touch the handle. Nice going there, John. Oh! You pussy. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. I bet you we got people in this audience who will not have blood drawn, who like pass out at the sight of that needle. Of course, they'll never admit it. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say your topics start to sound repetitive because today you're talking about...
Yeah, okay, great. Well, turn to some other show where they're talking about something else, okay, asshole? They're starting to sound repetitive. We're picking up this is part 2, okay? We talk about whatever the callers want to talk about. If you had something you wanted to talk about, which obviously you didn't, then we would talk about it, but you don't. We're not interested in critiques. We're not interested in your goddamn resume. Go get your own show over there on 1700 Affen. You'd fit right in, especially if you got some Cuban friends, but I doubt it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. My shows are starting to sound repetitive, but thanks so much for listening 4 hours a day to the Neil Rogers Show here on 560 WQAM. Oh! Thank you so much, sir. Any other complaints? Here's a mobile in North Miami. Hello.
Hi, Neil. I just have a quick observation, which you pointed out about the fact that radio pretty much goes down the hill after 2 o'clock. And I can't figure out why.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's like after 2 o'clock when you leave the radio, there's nothing. And I mean absolutely freaking nothing.
Are you knocking the humper now?
Hey, stupid! What was that?
I said, are you knocking Hank now?
I'm knocking radio in general after at 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. There's no good show.
Yeah.
And that's like everybody.
Well, let me ask you this. What are all the other great shows that are on before 2 o'clock? What are all the other great shows, this one aside? What are the other great ones in this market?
Before 2 o'clock.
Right.
Well, you're obviously right there at the top.
Besides this one, what are the other great shows?
I would venture to say that a good talk show would be Howard Stern or Imus. You've got a lot of variety out there.
Imus, do you enjoy hearing a dead man on the air? Imus is not even on yet, by the way. In this,
he's okay.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
For a dead man.
Exactly, but it's especially on the weekends. All you have is sports. There's nothing but sports. You can't listen to a talk show.
How about if I make a suggestion, with all due respect?
What's that?
Like a hobby would be good.
Oh, that of course. But when
saying?
people are in sales and they're driving around in their car all day, especially on the weekends.
Well, you know, there are these amazing things. I know that's maybe you haven't discovered them yet. There are these amazing things. There are two of them. One is called cassettes, and the other one are these little round discs that look like donuts called CDs. You'd be
That's
amazed.
what happens at 2
You'd be
o'clock.
amazed at how many of those CDs fit into my car, just like they were made to go in there and get a lot of use.
Now, have you ever thought about doing a little thing called Rogers?
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Even I can't stand that much suction, okay? Even an old queen like me can't stand that much suction, sir. Hobby would be good. Parcheesi. How about golf would be excellent, huh? There you go. Here's Miami Beach. Hello. Miami Beach. Going once. 9 minutes and 38 seconds they pee away from their lives and they're gone. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's a mobile in Kendall. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Great.
Yeah, about this police bordello. You don't seem to understand that most police departments' motto is to protect and serve. So that's what they were doing with that poor girl. They were protecting her from unsavory characters, and they figure, well, since they're there, they might as well serve it too.
Yeah, service, yeah. Service with a smile.
That's right. Now, listen, I need to call someone a douchebag. Ismarie, you douchebag, you.
Okay. Okay. See, it's a good thing I'm eating right now. Some of these calls might have been a little bit shorter, but that's okay. It's Friday. We're having a great 2 weeks. 2 weeks in a row in the middle of summertime. Let's hear it, Neil.
Oh!
How do you like that? Here's Phil in Boca, whoever that is. Hello.
What do you mean, whoever that is?
Oh!
Listen,
Well, it says Phil in Boca. He don't know. What do you want from JP? He don't know that you're a chronic. That's why I put you on.
For some of your newer listeners,
Paul Harvey Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir.
for some of your new listeners, as far as public toilet habits go,
Yeah, you're the expert.
never rub stool in your eyes.
Yeah, good idea.
You know,
Good
wash your
thinking.
hands first if you're going to rub your eyes. Don't
Uh-huh.
be rubbing that crap in your eyes.
Right.
Listen, I don't know if this is sick or perverted, but I
If it's
flush
coming
the
from you, I think we already know the answer.
You know the lever on
In fact,
the
you're
side of
starting
the
to
toilet?
catch up with
Roy.
I use my foot to flush it.
No, you don't.
I do.
You know something? Somebody came up with this the other day, and now all of a sudden, talk about being repetitive. Now, everybody that calls this show allegedly flushes with their foot. I spoke to 14,000 people after I left here yesterday. I couldn't find one person who ever not only did that, but ever heard of anybody flushing with their foot.
Well, let me I didn't hear the show the other day, so that's news to me.
Yeah.
But
That's why we're doing it again today, just for you.
Did you
Yeah.
did you discuss wife cleaning habits?
No, I'm right in the middle of my lunch, goddammit.
And I also open the door. If it's a push door to leave, I open the door with my foot.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what. If you look
This
at
guy
some of
does
the,
everything with his foot.
Rectum.
Maybe that's why you've had your foot in your mouth so many times in these calls over the years.
let me ask you. You just look around the building you're in right now.
Now, please, not in the middle of lunch. I walked in there this morning. It smelled like a toilet in there.
Well,
It did.
now, let me ask you. You're eating with your hands and your fingers.
No, I'm eating with a knife and a fork.
Okay, but if you were to eat a sandwich, you would pick it up with
I
your
don't eat a sandwich. I'm on Atkins. I don't eat bread. So you see, I got it licked no matter how you look at it. Now, there's some things I might put in
You
my
got it
mouth that I would
licked, but
keep
I
one
hope
hand
it's
on, but
clean.
nevertheless. Yes?
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just will not.
Well, you
touch
got to
anything.
steady it, you know. Anyway.
I mean, in general, people are disgusting. If
Yeah.
you look around. I mean, just on the
Is
road,
that
look around
something?
on the
Is
road,
that something you
look at other
just?
people.
Is it something you just discovered?
No, but it's the topic of the day.
It is. And you're the perfect caller. Have a good
Okay.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Just for reference, that's Paul Harvey Jr. for when you put him on again the next time, if you ever do. And if you ever do. Okay, where are we going? Let's go to somewhere. Here's a biker in Port St. Lucie. Hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you were asking questions about bikers. You got one.
Right. Now, you're not one of those Hells Angels types, are you?
No, sir.
What is that all about? Do you have long hair?
I'm growing, and it's not that long, shoulder length.
Do you smell real bad?
No, I take a shower every day.
Every day. Then how the hell
Every
can you be a biker then?
Well, there's two kinds of bikers.
You do know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, as a matter of
most-
fact, I was just up in Laconia for Bike Week in New
Right.
Hampshire. Yeah, there's actually three kinds of bikers. You got the guys that ride the rice burners, the crotch rockets. Those are your Schwarzers.
Uh-huh.
Generally, the guys that ride Harleys are very bigoted. They don't like black people at all, so it's very rare to see a black guy on a nice Harley.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as Harley riders go, you've got like the doctors and the lawyers that spend $18,000 on a bike and put $10,000 worth of chrome on it and put 20 miles on it a week because
Right.
they drive it on
That
Saturday.
looks very impressive, right?
And then you got the guys that ride who don't give a crud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how come it is that 99% of the bikers that I see, they all look the same? They all look like the Hells Angels just descended on 10. They're usually in packs, usually like 8 and 10 and 12, like a convoy blocking off all three lanes.
Well, it tends to be kind of like a club. If you're on a bike, well, you know the driving down here in South Florida is absolutely horrendous.
That's a gay club, you moron.
Yeah.
Well, don't get that carried
Don't
away.
get carried away.
But it's a lot safer to ride in a pack with bikes than it is to be one person because they're so small and the old people can't see you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But guys with bikes generally like to hang around because they'll plan a ride, and a nice 150-mile ride over to the West Coast to eat lunch or go up to Lake Okeechobee or something.
Stop at the truck stop and have a little fun.
Sure, they could do that.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for the good news, pal.
Anytime.
And drive it safely.
Were you fudge packing?
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. We're learning all kinds of useful crap on this show. Don't ever say this isn't a learning show. Here's a lady in North Miami. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing?
Great.
That's good. I wonder if I could kind of throw out a question to your listeners, or maybe you know. I've been I got laid off a couple months ago. I've been trying to find a job, and I've been going through the most incredible mind games with these people and all sorts of BS. And one of the things that I keep finding are these computerized questionnaires where they want to test your attitude toward work and with the customer and blah, blah, blah. And I keep coming up with this, especially this last one, came up with this question out of a clear blue sky, asking me what my opinion was of how many people in the general population use marijuana socially.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there looking at that. But I'm sitting there looking at that and thinking, well, first of all, I mean, I could give you an educated answer. I could give you an idea of what my friends do or what I do.
Or you could give them the answer that they want.
But the question is, what the hell does this have to do with whether or not I can do the work? What I think other people are doing.
Because if you say that you think a lot of people do it, then the propensity of, they would think your propensity would be to use it yourself, and therefore they would probably say no. They're not going to hire you.
And again, what does that have to do with the work?
In fact, the best answer would be, what is that, marijuana? What is that? Yeah.
They don't give you that option. They don't give you that option. It's
I'd write it in.
Percentage or you skip it.
I'd put in the lowest percentage.
That's what I tried to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, you wouldn't believe some of the garbage. People call you in for interviews when they've already hired somebody, but this is just in case they walk out during lunch. And you go through the whole thing, and we decided we're not going to hire somebody after all.
Yeah.
And I'm good, and I want to work, and I can't find anybody who is really sincere and will hire me.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And then, like you said, with these people like what's his name, Larry Johnson, he's making millions and millions of dollars.
And he couldn't speak. He couldn't speak a word if you stuck a gun in his rectum. He still can't speak. He couldn't put a sentence together other than maybe 10 to 20.
Exactly.
Okay, sweetheart. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hang in there.
Bye.
Yeah. See, I'm suspicious of people who say that they don't smoke weed because they know they're probably lying. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line if you want to get yourself some hair. In fact, more and more people, since I mentioned the fact that my friend John has got the Charles Alfieri system now and looks great and it feels great and it makes him look younger and better. And so now Bluff is talking about doing it. I'm thinking about doing it. Everybody that I know is thinking about going over and seeing Charles Alfieri because what? What are you looking at me like that for? Maybe even you too, Joe, might be able to use it based on the haircut you got today. Jesus Christ. Might even lower your voice a couple of octaves too.
Real fast.
Join the NRA, toot your gun today. Have yourself some down-home Christian fun.
All right.
Throw your friends away, we'll back you all the way. Defending your right to own a gun. When when you think of all the benefits you're getting. Life will be sweeter when you pack your heater. Carry a license to be deadly. Come on and join today. It's the American way to be a member of the NRA.
Aim for the knee, aim for the chest, and always aim for the head in case they're wearing a vest. Sharpen your skin, feel more fun. We'll be there to defend your right to hold a gun.
Come on and join today, and you'll be proud to say you're a member of the NRA.
12:32 at 560 WQAM. So anyway, Dan in Fort Myers. Corey, if you're listening, you got a fan over there already. I'd stay the hell away if I were you, Corey. Dan says, Corey really does look too good for radio. Wonder what he means by that. I guess he hasn't seen that bald spot yet. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
Hey, first of all, I just want to say, go Spurs, go.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right?
go Spurs. Oh!
Let's put it away today.
Give the next to Bone in San Antonio.
Yeah, I watched the NHL awards show yesterday. Now, I like Gretzky and all, but you know why he said that?
Yeah, to suck up to, because Gary Bettman, they probably approached him to say something like that to try to cover their ass.
Nah, his boy Brett Hull scored the goal.
No, I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think that the league looks to him to try to, cover it up a little bit. That's what they're doing now, trying to cover their tracks. That's why Brian Lewis made up that ridiculous story about the continuation play that nobody ever heard of in their lives.
Hey, how come none of the stars were in person there?
They're probably out getting laid. I don't know.
Hey, how about that comedian they had?
And Hitchcock.
Oh, my God.
Oh, she was the worst. Yeah, and by the way, you noticed that she cut the act in the middle. She had left early because they just about booed her off the stage.
Bettman hired her himself. Hey, can I call somebody a douchebag?
Yes, sir.
Dean and Bruce, you guys are douchebags.
Okay, sir.
Thanks.
Have a great life. Don't forget, by the way, the Marlins. Remember the Marlins?
No.
They're supporting Miami-Dade County Mayor Alex Penis, the Miami Coalition, and Weed and Seed. We like weed and seed, baby, especially the weed part. And their efforts to reduce gun violence and injuries in Miami-Dade County by rewarding residents who participate in Gun Surrender Day. Tomorrow is Gun Surrender Day. Local residents will receive free tickets to a Marlins game on July 9th, 10th, or 11th for every gun they surrender tomorrow at Arcola Lakes Park or Tropical Park between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. The event encourages area residents to turn in their unwanted guns, receive trigger locks, and participate in gun safety demonstrations while educating them about the state of Florida's new 1020 life law. That's right. Actually, it's going to be a stick-up. They're going to hold you up and force you to take the Marlin tickets whether you want them or not. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Neil God.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
Great.
Hey, I heard you mention earlier about Jazz McKay.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened to that guy?
I have no idea. He was fired in this place and fired in that place, and then I think he was up in Cleveland for about 5 minutes. He got fired up there. I don't know.
That's funny.
And then he got divorced, too, by the way. His wife got tired. And she never was his wife either, by the way, with that broad that he kept passing off as his wife. She got tired of carrying around that big crypt all the time that he had all his crap in, that he used to steal all the stuff in.
Yeah, I remember her. Well, hey, when he was filling in for you at the old WIOD days, he played a song about a rapper that sang about how black he was. That went, I'm blackity black, I'm black. Do you remember that one?
No.
No. Okay, can I call somebody a douchebag?
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. I apologize profusely. I made the cardinal sin. I mentioned Jazz McKay. Sorry. Next thing, we'll be getting letters from jailbirds again. This is the only guy I've ever worked with in my life. In 600 years in this business, he'd come on the air and do his, Jazz McKay, and the really just horrible show, and he'd get call after call from jailbirds on the inside. Hey, Jay, I'm calling from Arcadia. I'm on death row and they're just about to fry me, but hey, could you please play that bit about the rapper that... Yeah, okay, no problem. The worst excuse for a broadcaster in the history of man, except, of course, there's only one I can think of much worse. And I don't want to mention her name on the air right now, okay? That gives Hank a real stiff competition in the afternoon. Woo! Heavy duty, sweetheart. See you at Tire Kingdom. I think she's changing tires over there is what she's doing on diesel trucks. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello. Have you ever smoked pot before?
Yes.
Have you smoked it recently?
No.
When's the last time you...
Let me ask you something, sir. Is this an inquisition? Do you smoke pot?
The Inquisition? No.
Yeah, blow it out your ass. Have I ever smoked? He's asking me 8 million questions. None of your business. I smoked it twice in my life. I hated it, and I don't smoke the weed, okay? But everywhere I go, everybody else does, and that's their business, and it smells like crap. How do you like that, sir? Inquisitor, do you smoke it? When's the last time you smoked it? What do you know about it? Are you sifting the seeds? Are you sticking them in Roy's
rectum?
Yeah, and he might be enjoying it too, by the way, if there's any room left at the inn. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Deerfield. Hello. You can always tell a call like that when they start out, but not even with a hello or with anything. Just, have you now or ever were Deerfield? Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Why do you always have problems with Jamaicans, man?
What the hell are you talking about, sir? Who mentioned Jamaicans today? Where's this coming from? Left field, center field?
No, because you always talk about people, man.
Yeah, man.
You always have problems with everybody, man.
Do I really? We love our Jamaican friends. We love our Jamaican friends, man. They got the good crap right here in our neighborhood. Okay, what do you be talking about? Yeah, get out of here, you douchebag, and quit tying up the goddamn interstate next time you got one of those stupid soccer games. Okay. Although we don't care anymore because we moved to hockey right next to my house because we don't want to have to drive down there with all you crazy Brazilians and Jamaicans tying up the goddamn interstate all night when we got a hockey game. You moron. Oh! Jesus Christ. That goes to show you what you start doing when you smoke too much bad weed. You start going to soccer games. Then you really know you've gone nuts. Then you start thinking that maybe that reefer madness, they may have had a point or two. Going to soccer games? Get real, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Hank Goldberg at 2. Donnie B., who used to be a hell of a good guy till he sucked Chris Moore's ass. He's going to be on at 6. 6:30 the pregame show. Marlins at the Expos at...
No.
Yeah.
Neil God.
All right.
Well, you can smoke it, you can chew it, you can really try to do it, smoking pot.
Oh!
Well, you can sing it in a song, you can smoke it in a bomb, smoking pot.
Okay.
Well, in the ladies, we sing it to that, people in the age, smoking pot. Let's go! Let's go smoke some pot. Let's go smoke some pot.
Yes.
Let's go smoke some pot.
Yes.
Let's go smoke some pot. Come on, let's go smoke some pot. Well, there was Edie Brickell and the new Bohemian smoking pot. Well, there's the Black Crows and Drive-A crying smoking pot. There's the Swedish and doctors and police traffic smoking pot. Let's go! Let's go smoke some pot. 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 Come on, let's go smoke some pot.
You call that a penis?
No.
Everybody solo! Well, there's supposed to be some words here, but I forgot them because I smoked too much pot. I went to Lollapalooza and everybody out there was smoking pot. I saw Blind Melon and the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Pearl Jam and White Red Panic. Let's go smoke some pot! Oh! Let's go smoke some pot!
Yes.
Let's go smoke some pot!
Okay.
Let's go smoke some pot!
Yeah.
Come on, let's go smoke some pot! Let's go!
Are you sure? 1245 at 560 WQAM. So let me ask you, you smoke pot. Now, when was the last time you put some weed in your puss? Huh? When was the last time you lit up one of those guys? And how often? And what was the last? Who did you buy it from? And how much? And et cetera and so on. And did you make sure you picked all the seeds out first?
Uh-huh.
God, there was a walking asshole. How do you like that? Call up the Guinness Book of Records, a walking asshole. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil, God.
Yes, sir.
Neil, I wanted to know if you were going to attend this weekend's gun show.
No, I'll pass.
And how about
El Paso.
How about some pot?
What?
How about some pot?
567-0560, another Julio with nothing to say. 567-0, that's one thing the Julios in this town have got in common, okay, besides all that heavy jewelry is and the extra load of grease, is they got nothing to say. So, Barry Jackass, by the way, there's proof to you. If you think that the Julios are going to help the, whatever that, Appen station, 1700 aff and we're laughing. You're dreaming, baby. Because one thing that they've proven beyond, you take away the cockfights, you take away the soccer with those South Americans, is there anything in sports that they know anything about?
No.
Or are interested in?
No.
Or anything to say about?
No.
No. So forget it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
The caller that called a couple calls ago about the black rapper, Biggity Black. It's off CB4, the Chris Rock movie.
CB4? What is it?
It's CB4. It's a Chris Rock movie.
Yeah.
It's a sketch he's got on it with a black rapper. That's
So what is Jazz McKay? In other words, he stole it from somebody else, is what you're saying?
No, it's a sketch in the movie.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So if Jazz McKay was playing it, that means he was playing it out of a movie. You're right.
I got something else.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I'm planning to go on vacation to Ocala National Forest.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, what do you know about that?
What do I know about it? Ocala National
Forest.
Forest.
There's been a lot of murders up there.
Yeah.
And I'm a little worried. I'm bringing my girlfriend.
Yeah. Okay, well, drop her in the woods and let us know how she makes out. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. So we got one guy that's spending his vacation in Fort Myers. Here's a guy who's going to the Ocala National Forest looking for Ted Bundy in the woods. And, hey, what a crowd we got, huh?
Oh!
Yeah. Here's a call from Orlando. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
For that guy that's going to Ocala National Forest, in the words of Nancy Kerrigan, why?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you said a few moments ago, you talk about what the colors want to talk about. I've been listening to you all day. I haven't heard anything. What are we going to do about Bobby Buttplug and our fascist governor trying to kick our casino boats out?
That was yesterday's topic that I had no calls on. That was the self-righteous article, the editorial by the Miami Herald, the worst editorial in history.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Screaming about the anti-Semitism at some snooty Palm Beach club when the Herald is the most anti-Semitic institution ever in South Florida, except maybe Arthur Godfrey.
So what are they going to do about Mickey's ships with all the casinos on there?
That's what I said. Sir, you're rehashing what I said yesterday. They were the ones who were in bed with Mickey to put this damn arena over because they want to renovate downtown so they can goose the value of One Herald Plaza up, and they get that new slip slipped in there for Mickey, too, for the American Airlines Arena. But in the meantime, Mickey just happens coincidentally to own the Carnival Cruise Line with all those gambling ships out there. Not that they would ever contradict themselves, you understand, at the Herald.
Oh, man. Well, I'd like to hear some calls on that.
You're not going to hear it, sir. You'd like to hear some calls on it? Boy, you must be dreaming. Don't you understand? These people don't care. That's why all this stuff goes on here. They're going to put over an election here on the 29th of July when 90% of the people who didn't come off a banana boat are on vacation and out of town on a Thursday, no less. They're going to sneak over an election so they can sneak another penny sales tax in here and screw the public again with more Metro Rail and buses and bullcraps so Merritt Steerheim and Mayor Penis can pull his crap over on us.
Well,
and you want to hear something about it?
You're the voice of Florida, Neil.
Yeah, well, hold your breath, pal, and have a great day. I'm the voice of Florida. Like El Martino in The Godfather. My voice is weak. Okay, yeah. And by the way, nice going on that sun pad. Oh! Did you see Gary Nelson on Channel 4 News last night? 33% of the time they tested it, they went through there. And did it charge it?
No.
Were they getting the money?
No.
So the state's losing millions of dollars right there because we got the sun pass. They got those nice little things on their windshield, and they think it's swiping it, right?
No.
But it's not taking the money out of there. Beautiful. 33% of the time. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Great.
You know, I just got done watching Channel 7 News go off at 12:30.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And right before they go off, they show a piece on Darryl Strawberry in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You know how he's spending his community service? Talking to little kids about drug abuse.
Isn't that great? Well,
now, here's a guy.
But wait a minute. Who would know better than Darryl?
Absolutely.
The voice of experience.
My question is, who would want Darryl Strawberry talking to their kids about drug abuse? I mean, here's a guy that continuously falls in the hole and keeps getting away with it because of who he is, because he's a superstar baseball player. I mean, do you want your kids to have some guy show how he keeps getting away with crap because he's a movie star, because he's a famous person? It boggles the mind. How you know what he should be doing? He should be cleaning debris off of I-95. He should have like
With
a
his
safety
tongue,
vest and running between traffic to pull truck tires off the middle of the lane.
Right.
Instead of talking to kids.
Yeah, but don't forget, August comes, he's going to be eligible to come back.
Unbelievable.
His 89th comeback.
And you know, you were right about Mickey Harrison. The people that defeat the casinos down here, are the people that are making money off of gambling now.
No.
Harrison.
Then the people in the
Calder,
Bahamas, yeah.
all those people that they're the ones that are the main ones that back.
Sure, now you're starting to sound like the guy that just called from Orlando. You've got to understand. Wake up and smell the coffee, okay? This is Florida. This is the way it is. It isn't going to change any time in your lifetime, my lifetime, your great-grandchildren's lifetime. That's the way it is here, okay? This is a backwater, backwoods, Neanderthal state that keeps regressing and regressing, and that's Florida.
You know, it's scary because it's not just Florida. It's everywhere.
No, it's Florida. Forget about everywhere. Even a bunch of rednecks up there in Biloxi, Mississippi, and in Louisiana and Missouri. Even those people have got casinos. But are we going to get it here? No.
People don't read the newspapers. All they know are those 30-second and 60-second spots that they see on TV.
What do you mean they don't read the newspapers? The newspapers are going to tell them anything? How about that editorial in the Herald that I was just talking about that talks yesterday about parasitic enterprises and end casino leases and get rid of these goddamn ships out of our ports, et cetera, and so on?
Yeah, you're right. If they're reading the Miami
If they would
Herald,
stop reading the newspapers, we might have a chance, but that ain't going to happen, okay?
Yeah.
And God bless us.
Hey, Neil?
Too late. Out of control. Just calm down, okay? So let me ask you.
Let me take you down to Yankee Stadium where strawberry fields while making drug deals. And nothing seems to dry 'em out. Strawberry rehabs forever.
All right.
Living is easy for sports pros who put the fannies in the seats. A superstar can get messed up, but he can still cash out if he can hit 293. And he won't come down 'cause he loves his troops when strawberry fields. He's making drug deals. As long as he can hit him out, strawberry stash lasts forever. Now when he's swinging at strike 3, I'll bet he must be high on blow. And all the little kids will think that it's alright to get real high and grab a bat. Let me take you down to Yankee Stadium where strawberry fields while making drug deals. They're never gonna kick him out. Strawberry rehab forever. Strawberry rehab forever. He'll probably relapse forever.
Hello, Del Strawberry. Look, man, I told you to come into the game. Hey, look, I probably ought to go to the fly ball coming. I'll call you later. Northern flow.
12:55 at 560 WQAM. In fact, even Joe Costello just came in and said that if they bring Darryl Strawberry back to the Yankees, he's tearing up his Yankee jersey. He's going to burn it. He will never root for the Yankees again, and that George Steinbrenner can go to hell. That's just what he said right now. Nice going, Joe. Oh! Have a little bit of principle, for Christ's sakes. Instead of worshiping a bunch of scumbags like Steve Howe and Darryl Strawberry and every other gangster. You know, have you ever seen George Steinbrenner and Jimmy Johnson together?
No.
There you go. Rest my case. The gangster guys. Anyway, 12:55 at 560 WQAM. We got the Hank Goldberg Show coming on at 2 o'clock. We got Donnie Baseball at 6, who wouldn't know a hockey broadcast if they stuck it deep in his rectum. And then we got the Marlin pregame, the Marlins at Montreal, the Expos, 6:30 tonight.
WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
It's the 1 to 2 hour.
Tell me that you love my eyes, but I know that you keep on checking out my side. Don't blame you 'cause I'm very cute. Check out my breath, they're poking out my thoughts at you. You come on to me and whisper things in my ear, and it sounds soft. But if you wanna date me, move slow. There's things about me I don't think you know. I'm underage, 17. You should be scared of me, 'cause you could go to jail if you sleep with me. If I scream, you'll end up praising me. She looks 25, but she's just a teen.
I want to bang you in the butt.
I bet my lips are free. Daddy called the cops last night. My breasts are perfect and neat because I've had surgery. Down on my skirt, which my knee. My butt just hangs right around of my shorts. She's underage, jail face. You should be scared of her. Scared of me? Rolling Stones, great leaders, and dynamite. What a sight. She's looking mighty fine. She looks 25, but she's just a teen.
Okay, so anyway, it's 102 at 560 WQAM. Just put it away, will you? I know it's your last day, but just put it away. Anyway, we got 1,600 open lines here if you want to be with us this last hour. Hank Goldberg coming up in studio, by the way, 2 o'clock this afternoon. And casino leases yesterday. And these people that call me and say, oh, gee, how come you're not talking more about that? Because nobody here cares about these things. Don't you understand?
No.
Don't you get it?
No.
Haven't you been here long enough to figure it out?
No.
They don't care. I mean, the Herald has got these people so used to it by now. In fact, it's a rare day when you open up the Herald any morning, they don't have at least one editorial screaming and carrying on hysterically about the evils of casinos. The sky is falling. And like it says at the end of yesterday's editorial, when does it stop? When does it stop? That's what they want to know at the Herald. When the hell does it stop already, for Christ's sakes?
The sky is falling.
Right. Those evil one-armed bandits, baby. Go to the track and lose your goddamn week's salary. Go buy a bunch of lottery tickets, the biggest sucker bet in the world, okay? That's okay. That's fine. But God forbid you should go to a casino, unless, of course, it's in Vegas or Biloxi or in the Bahamas. Then you'll have a great time. Just read a couple of weeks section there in the Herald telling you about all what... it's unbelievable. And everybody in this town just sits back and goes, oh, yeah, well, maybe they got a point, Here's Miami. Hello.
They'll never get the real picture. It's really a shame, too.
Yeah.
The Herald.
Well, what do you mean to get the real picture? The real picture is the
never
world
move into the 20th century.
No, it's not nothing to do with that. It's got to do with their own selfish interest. That's what it's got to do. They want to continue running this town, or at least in their own minds, they think they run this town, and they don't want to lose any of their power.
When you only have one newspaper, that's what happens.
That's exactly correct.
Just two things, Neil. The strawberry thing is disgusting, and what's even worse is when he goes back to Yankee Stadium, he'll get a standing ovation.
He will?
He sure will. You watch.
Maybe from the Puerto Ricans.
Well. Anyways, the other thing was ESPN2 interviewed Colin Campbell after that call he was on the other night.
Yeah.
You talk about someone who really has done a turnaround since he's on Bettman's staff.
Yeah.
If he'd have been in New York, if they'd have taken a playoff game away from him like
he'd
that, he'd have been the first one.
Right.
But that was sad. But what are we going to do?
Well, you know something? I'll tell you how much. In fact, they even alluded to it last night on the CBC. They threw a couple of jokes in. Back in Dallas, when the ice was so bad and they were playing on slush and they were having all those problems and nobody could skate, and they were in the beginning of the first game or two on CBC, they were talking about the humidity and the temperature inside. The league made them stop it. The league stepped in, and Gary Bettman said, we don't want any more references on the telecast to the temperature or the humidity inside the building in Dallas. How do you like that?
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Neil.
Okay. So in other words, we're all blind and nobody can see that they're skating on margaritas out there and that it's not fit for a championship, much less any other kind of a game. Just keep it up, Gary Bettman, you little pud whacker, okay? You piece of crap. The greatest thing that could happen is that we wake up on Monday morning and find out that Gary Bettman eloped with Barry Jackass from the Herald. There you go. Jesus, God, what a match made in heaven. In fact, now that I think of it, they both look the same. Ever see them together?
No.
Prove my point. 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. Yeah, it looked like a good goal to me. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Needle Nose. Get out of here, okay? Take Janice and get out of our face already. We're so sick and tired of him already. The 85th standing ovation tribute to the great one. Okay, get out of here. Old fart, old clone. The thing I always loved about Gretzky the most is when somebody would just barely brush, but just barely touch him, and he would always hold his head, that little pansy helmet he wears, and go flying off to the bench and cry for about a half an hour and miss like the next two periods. Nice going, Wayne. You sack of turd. Here's a mobile in Bettman. Hello. Oh, it's line 8. Hello. Yeah. Great. Okay, thanks. Well, I thought I'd give it a shot. Maybe we could, fake our way through it, but it's that line 8 problem again. Nice going, Greg. Greg Reed and the Beasley giving us the best equipment that money can't buy, baby. Pile of old retread garbage that even goddamn Alexander Graham Schwartz would be embarrassed by. Even Marconi would be laughing at this garbage. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil God.
Yes, sir.
Two things. Number one, I don't know if you saw the full-page ad that was taken out by Sawgrass Mills Corporation about some sort of a secret deal that the Sunrise
right, with Wayne.
Town Council, I guess, cooked up with the Huizenga Group.
Right, that's old news, yeah.
Well, I didn't know anything about it. I try to stay away from the Sunrise News there.
I don't blame you.
What is happening with that? Any idea?
You're asking me? I mean, it's going to go through.
I know you live there, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what does that mean? I live there, so therefore I have some inside...
I figure you know what's going on there.
What's going on is that Wayne and his cronies are going to build another gigantic thing over there with a mall and compete with the Sawgrass. Just what we need is another goddamn mall.
Like a boil on our...
Right, exactly, right.
Neil, the other thing is something that doesn't make any sense to me. The other day I'm in the bathroom, I'm relieving myself there, I go to the bathroom, I walk out, the guy says to me, "Aren't you going to wash your hands?" I said, "All I did was pish."
Yeah.
He says, "What do you mean you only pish? Don't you wash your hands? It's disgusting." And that occurs to me that, look, I take a shower in the morning, I wash everything, right? It's all covered up all day long.
Right.
My hands in the meantime are touching and
let me say it again. Let me say it again for all those pansies out there who wash their hands after they take a leak. If they're that concerned about cleanliness, they should wash their hands before they take a leak, because their hands hopefully have got a lot more germs on it than their... You know what I'm saying?
That's right. My Pepsi is cleaner than my hands could ever be.
Hopefully, right.
God bless me.
Okay. God bless you. Well, I see he doesn't understand. They're probably goyim. They're probably uncircumcised. They got that pecorino in there to deal with. 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile. I mean, no, it's again, people, like I've asked you before, is it in your brain because you put it there and you decided this makes sense, or because somebody else convinced you this is how to think and this is how to act? And so just mindlessly, we have millions of men washing their hands after they take a leak when there is absolutely no reason in the world to be doing that. None. Do you wash your hands after you pee? No. Oh, you do. Well, yeah, you wash your hands after you, open the door in there, okay, mister? Mr. Cleanliness, okay. That's why he's growing that big boil on the side of his face. God, I'd start washing my puss with that if I were you. It might help. 108 at 5. And by the way, that stuff, great. That stuff is the stuff that they found that I used to have that in the house and stopped using it because it's creating all these germs, these new strains of bacteria. The liquid soap. You didn't hear about that? And I'm not making this up either. Liquid soap is creating strains of bacteria that are antibiotic resistant. And they're saying, don't, whatever you do, be using the liquid soap. No wonder you got that big oozing thing on your face there, which you look good early in the week, and now you look like crap. You look like, if you grow one in the middle of your head, if they remake Frankenstein, you can be perfect. Jesus Christ. He's using liquid soap. Oh, Jesus Christ. I wonder if
Roy
puts that in his
rectum
before it, 9 minutes after 1 at 560 This Roy business, what kind of arrogant, cocky attitudes that this guy walks in here and just grabs these cigars here from this like these belong to him? Talk about a cocky Schwarzer, man. Who does this guy think he is? Am I impressed because he used to wear a jockstrap and play for the Dolphins? No. Did he ever sell any spots on his show?
No.
On his station? No. Mr. Hotshot comes in, grabs our dildo, grabs our cigars, anything that's round and hard, he's got his hand on it.
Anybody have a heart or a liver?
No.
I made it to a bomb shelter. Somehow I made it through. Didn't know how evil I was till I watched the news. They say we're almost beat. We're not bad and cruel, but you make us feel. Yeah, you make us feel like we've been screwed. Like a Serbian. Oh! Songs for the 80s this time. Like a Serbian. When your bombs fall, it's genocide. Like a Serbian. Ooh, like a Serbian.
1:15 at 560 WQAM. Speaking of big bombs, by the way, don't forget Joe Costello's spectacular racing show tomorrow morning. The pre-golf, why do we got a golf show on the station? Is that embarrassing or what? Jesus Christ. Although it is Kimba. You don't mess with Kimba. He's about 8 feet tall. So anyway, on Joe's auto racing show at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, Steve Park, driver for Dale Earnhardt's Pennzoil Winston Cup team. Oh! All right, it will be guesting. How do you like that? Are you impressed?
No.
He'll be on. Am I going to get up and hear it?
No.
No, but you will. Joe gets more calls in that 1 hour than some shows on this station get in 6 months. And then more calls in 1 hour than that Waffen station is going to get in 6 minutes. And that's because that's about how long that format's going to last. The fact is that this is one of the biggest jokes in the history of man. It's like a practical joke. And actually, the Herald, being as stupid as they are and as gullible as they are, put it right there on the front page. Because any newspaper that would have very jackass work from in the first place is basically like putting up a billboard saying, hey, we're inept, we hire a bunch of punk kids, we have stringers because we don't want to pay anybody for real. And the New Yorker article was right on target.
Oh!
Thanks for your refreshing honesty, by the way, my anti-Semitic friends. Where are we going? Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil God.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay.
I got a little story for you.
Yes.
Channel 51 last night. I didn't want to watch it, but my mother-in-law was there, and she was putting the goddamn channel on. I saw that they said that Enrique Iglesias has like a transplant, like a hair transplant.
No, it's a penis transplant.
Well, he's going bald at such a young age.
Yeah.
That they talk so much crap that I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I want to investigate because.
Well, let me ask you: do you think we really care about that? I mean, Enrique, he looks pretty good with or without.
Yeah, that's true. And one more favor, can I call somebody a douchebag, please?
Yes.
Kathy, you work upstairs here. You're nothing but a douchebag, you bitch.
Okay. Give Enrique a big kiss for us and calm down. 567-0560, #5. Boy, that thing is getting bigger and bigger. Jesus Christ. No, I don't want to get you nervous about that, but that thing's going to spoil your whole weekend, man. Anyway, here's a mobile in West Palm Beach. Hello.
No, I don't want to get you nervous.
What is that? We finally got this line working, and we got somebody with a radio cranked up, and they're beeping and puking. Okay, have a nice day in West Palm. Diddling with it. 567-0560, #560 on the Mobile One line. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I haven't spoken to you in a while. How have you been?
Great.
I'm glad.
I've been here.
I wanted to
day
ask
after
you.
Day after day. I've been here.
I know you have. I've been listening to you.
Good.
I wanted to know if you could please enlighten me on.
No.
I didn't. Thank you. I did watch the last Stanley Cup game, and to me, I saw the play itself. Cause
are we going to rehash this again, sir? It's now
no, sir. I just wanted to ask
This was a week ago tomorrow. It's now almost 6 days later. It was not a good goal. The league said it was a good goal. They made up a story. They paid off Wayne Gretzky to come on the award show last night and say, well, if my opinion counts, it was a good goal. They're trying to brainwash the public. They blew it, and they can't. What are they going to do about it now?
Well,
they blew it.
What I wanted to ask you, Neil, was
even Kathy Willits never blew it so much.
Was the foot actually in the creases?
Yes, of course it was. And a puck came out. If a puck comes out, you got to come out. Yes, there's no goal.
I understand
no
that.
goal.
I understand that.
Right.
Okay. And I do have to agree with you on another thing, that Neil, that Wayne Gretzky did. He got a lot of cheap penalties called for him throughout the years.
Amen.
Have a good day, Neil.
And back to you. I'm so sick and tired. Thank God he retired. I was one of those people that had a party in my pants when he finally retired. Jesus Christ, enough is enough already. And by the way, don't forget, let's go Spurs. Oh! 567-0560, #560 on the Mobile One line. It's interesting how quiet those New Yorkers have been ever since they took it right up the old rectum shoot in that last game. They've been real quiet the last couple of days. Nice and quiet. Just the way we like it. Here's Miami. Hello.
What's up, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what you think about the penny tax?
I beg your pardon?
The penny tax.
What do I think about it?
Yeah.
I think it sucks. I think it sucks. I think the mayor is a crook. I think Mayor Penis is a charlatan and a fraud.
Yeah, Penis.
Mayor Penis got elected because he lied to the people and said that he wasn't going to let Mickey Harrison build any arena at taxpayer expense. Then he gets elected. He turns right around and he makes this deal with Mickey Harrison behind our back. And now the taxpayers are going to get screwed and have to pay for the upkeep of that goddamn arena. And then he turns around and he makes this deal with an election Thursday, the 29th of July, when everybody's out of town.
Ethnicities.
What is it?
Penises are big among ethnicities. That's what I hear people say. I don't know.
Mayor Penis isn't mayor. The mayor has an ethnic penis. Is that what you're saying, sir? Well, I guess you'd know. I don't know and don't care. He ain't my type. 567. In fact, he's nobody's type. Okay, but he's perfect for South Florida. He's exactly the perfect kind of crook that we ought to have in South Florida. Making all kinds of behind the scenes and then pretending that he's goody two shoes, pretending to be something that he's not. Phony is what he is. Phony faker. Have any kind of election on the 29th of July on a Thursday, no less. Do we ever have elections on a Thursday? No. And it'll probably be, you can almost smell it, another one of those deals. If you're against the tax, you say yes, and if you're for it, you'll say no. Just turn it around, make it backward, just like they got the Metro Rail through in the first place. Because somebody's getting smeared somewhere, I'll tell you that right now. And by the way, I don't see any gigantic editorials in the Herald. I did see Carl Heisen's column, which is right on target, but I don't see them editorializing and screaming and hollering and carrying on about how dare he try to pull this off. I don't see that. At the same time that they're running this 95,000-part series about the evils of casino gambling and the 200,000-part series about that great new sports station at 1700 on the dial that most of you can't pick up on your radios. Maybe they got preoccupied. Maybe they just forgot. You think that might be it?
Uh-huh.
Here's a mobile in Palm Beach. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how you doing? I was driving down the turnpike from Palm Beach Gardens. I'm one of your longtime loyal Palm Beach Gardens listeners.
Well, God bless you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I heard this hand washing thing that you brought up a minute ago. I almost drove off the turnpike. This is a service to your listeners. There was an epidemiological study done about 2 years ago about this, and they went into all the men's rooms, and they cultured like the faucets and the toilets and the doorknobs. And it turns out that in the men's room, the dirtiest place that you can place your hands in the men's room is the faucet that you're going to touch to wash your hands with.
How do you like that?
It was unbelievable. It was shocking. And they said, you're absolutely right. Do not wash your hands in the men's room.
Just like Pharaoh used to say, keep your hands off the faucet.
Yeah, off the faucet, off the doorknobs, but because it's all wet.
So I guess that means if you're going to wash your hands in there, you better turn the faucet on with your nose. No, that's not a good idea either.
Or some other hand.
Maybe your elbow.
Apparatus. Thank you, Neil.
Thanks for the good news.
All right, bye.
All these pussies we got out there, they're having a nervous breakdown about taking a blood test. They're having a nervous breakdown about going and taking a leak, and God forbid something more serious in a public restroom. What the hell is wrong with you people? It's a Howard Hughes syndrome all over again. Oh, it's those germs. Those germs are going to get me. Man. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Here's Westchester. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
All right.
Go Spurs, first of all.
Go Spurs, right.
And second of all, why are all New York fans assholes?
I beg your pardon?
Why are all New York fans assholes?
Somebody'd have to ask them. I don't know. Maybe they have a course that they take. I don't know. Maybe NYU teaches a course.
Just Knicks, every New York fan, assholes, everyone. And one more thing. I punta, pero no hay pellejo.
Okay, great. 567-0560, pound 560. He said Besame Culo is what he said. Pound 560 on the mobile one line, something like that. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Afternoon.
Buenas tardes.
Again, something like that. Anyway, I
Buen
got two
pomerillo.
things for you. One, has anybody said anything about people get refunds on their transponders if this thing goes through and they knock down all these toll booths?
No.
In other words, you're buying it. That's it.
Oh, they haven't gotten that far yet. They're just finding out now, thanks to the people at the news channels, that this thing's a pile of crap.
Oh, I see.
They're just discovering that. You're a little premature, in addition to which they're probably trying to figure out a way around that. Yeah. What are you laughing about? You think they want to give you your money back?
I'm sorry.
In addition to which they're losing 33% of the tolls. They're losing their ass on this deal already, but at least it's nice and convenient for those of you who got them.
Well, then my second part is, in recognition of these idiots here, could you do your anus?
Okay.
Thank you.
No, I'll do my anus, but, somebody's anus. You worry about your anus, and I'll worry about my anus. 567-0560, pound 560. Anybody worried about Roy's
Roy!
anus? Boy. The more I look at this thing that's laying over here on the table on its side, and I think about what he said before, and believe me, I didn't make that up. He's the one that made the comment right there to Joe Costello. We got 16 witnesses here, okay? I'd be really embarrassed. And here's the guy that blames Dr. Atkins last year for trying the Atkins diet and having bloody oozing stools, and then here just a few months later admits that maybe, rectum got a little problem there with very large instruments. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Hello, hey, Neil, did that guy just ask you to do his anus?
No, he did not. He said, how about taking it up your anus, meaning you is what he said. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. And of course, we know you said, yes! Here's Miami. Hello?
I can't stop laughing. This show's killing me.
I know it's killing you. How do you think I feel? It's killing me.
Hey, Neil.
Only at least today was payday, which takes a little of the pain away.
Only in Miami does the gay community get upset when one politician calls another politician a sissy. Did you see that tonight?
No, I didn't see that.
Art Teal called Carollo a sissy, and now all the gays are upset.
Really? What does sissy have to do with being gay?
Well, read it, 3B in the Herald.
Oh, thanks for the good news.
Right.
Thank you. I missed that. Oh, and I already got the Herald. Oh, too bad. I got the fish wrapper in a wastebasket. So we called Joe Carollo a sissy, or was the other way around? Something like that? And there were a bunch of fruitcakes all bent out of shape. Just grow up already, will you, for crying out loud? Art Teal and Joe Carollo. I think they're probably doing each other, if you ask me. 567-0560. If he would have called him a maricon, then I would have said, all right, but Art Teal, he don't know what that means. Joe Carollo, he never got elected against a mental case, did he? Did he get elected against a guy who was trying to fix the election? That's the only reason he got elected. Same old tired faces, same old tired stuff. In fact, there's a rumor that Steve Clark's coming back for mayor of Miami, even though he's been dead for a couple of years. They're going to prop his ass up in a chair, put a bottle of Jim Beam in front of it, do a hell of a lot better job than Mayor Penis is doing right now, I'll guarantee you that. All these little backwoods deals, all these little behind-the-door deals, all these little funny, suspicious elections, all this bullcrap, behind-the-scenes deals with Mickey Arison. One day he's a good guy, next day he's a bad guy, next day we got to get rid of all the gambling because the Herald says so, and yada, 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 yada. Because we got the non-group sitting around in somebody's house somewhere, in some multimillionaire's house once a month, deciding on what's good for us and what's going to happen here. And we got the rest of the people in this town going, yeah. And then we got about 600 banana boat people down there screaming to hell with Fidel. And that's politics in South Florida, especially Dade County. Let me tell you, the best part about Dade County is having moved from there. That's the best part about Dade. Having moved out. 133 at 560 WQAM. So anyway, on CNN, they got in Arizona out there, this maniac that killed his wife and stabbed her 65,000 times, and now he's claiming that he was sleepwalking. So they got the verdict. He and the attorney are sitting there, and Greta Von Susteren is going, bop, 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 like that, breathlessly. So I'm going to keep my eye on it, and then we'll...
in their hands.
Yeah, shut up, Greta. As soon as we get the verdict on that, and they better say guilty, or we're going to be pissed off and foaming at the mouth, okay? He did it in his sleep. And also, by the way, in his sleep, he had the clothing in his car and all the other stuff, and changed his clothes, and put on his PJs, and went back to bed, et cetera, and so on. Recognized the dog in his sleep to keep him quiet while the murder was going on, but didn't recognize his wife that he stabbed 52,485 times. Yeah, he was sleepwalking. There you go. So we're standing by. We're sitting by. Here's Hialeah. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
I'm calling about that call that called up about 3 or 4 calls ago, that ignorant slot Cuban that called up and said New York fans stink. He just can't handle it because the Knicks beat the Heat so bad.
Yeah, well, we're not worried about that. That's ancient history, okay? We're not talking about the teams either. We're talking about the fans.
That's right.
We're not saying that all the New York teams suck.
No,
we're saying that so many of the fans are obnoxious and arrogant and loud and they make us sick. And, you know what I'm saying? At least you're consistent. I don't want to hear about it. Don't want to hear from New York sports fans. In fact, we invite all the New York sports fans, as soon as Waffen goes on here, 1700, that'd be a great place for you to roost, okay? Maybe they can even get Wayne roosting over there. Just roost on 1700 and leave this station to the people who want to talk about other crap. We're not in New York. We don't care about the Knicks, about the Jets, about the Yankees, Joe, about any of that crap. We don't want to hear from it.
Why don't you go back to New York, you wop bastard?
Exactly. So how's Greta coming?
And so the jury has had the chance to listen to him, words from his mouth.
Yeah, well, we're still waiting, okay? We're hearing enough words from your mouth. Ba, 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 ba. Go back in and hang out with OJ, okay, Greta? Kiss him on the ass for getting you a job. 56705. So anyway, here's a fax from Keith who says, and maybe I am wrong. I don't understand this. It says, you're misunderstanding the Herald position. The casino boat docking ships are like the Sun Cruise, Casino Princess, etc. These ships are in competition with Mickey Arison ships, which is why the Herald is backing the position, probably because Mickey would pull advertising dollars from them, etc. and so on. Thank you, Keith. Whatever you say. They're sitting out there in Phoenix, Arizona, waiting for the goddamn judge if he ever comes in the courtroom, and then we'll bring in a jury, and then we'll find out. Because if this is going to fly, This, I killed her in my sleep, this sleepwalking routine. And like they're pointing out here, this guy, had he ever gone to a doctor claiming he had a sleepwalking disorder?
No.
Had he ever treated for any such?
No.
No. But all of a sudden, very conveniently, they decided, oh yeah, he must have done it in his sleep. After he was frustrated from trying to fix the pool and had a tough day at work that day. So he came home and just stabbed her 28 or 45,000 times, whichever one you believe. Only in America, baby, because nobody's responsible for their own actions. It's, well, the jocks were picking on us, and then we had a rough day at the office, and the dog done it. Everybody is responsible for everybody else's actions. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil, what's going on?
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to voice a little bit of an opinion about, you're talking about that thing the other night about the jocks at the Columbine High School, how they wanted to blame it on them, and how everybody's calling up. You know what? We've become a nation full of victims. No one wants to take responsibility for their actions anymore. Everyone wants to blame it on, oh, this disease, or I got this problem, I got that problem, or I had a bad day at work, like you're saying, this guy out in Arizona. Everyone's got a problem.
And I'll say it again, not just jocks, but different groups of kids at schools have been picking on other kids for as long as there have been schools. This is nothing new. And, maybe that's not the most pleasant thing in the world, but it's a part of life. Just like in the adult world, people make fun of other people. Short people get picked on. Fat people get picked on. Whatever it might be. And does that mean that we can go out and kill somebody or try to rationalize that this was an excuse for their barbaric actions?
No, you got to stop. I mean, we've all been picked on or whatever. That's what happens.
Who gives a crap?
Exactly. Neil, shameless request.
Yes, sir.
Bagpipes, please.
Okay, you got it.
Thanks.
See ya. Okay, we're waiting. Okay, here's the court stenographer. She's going through five.
This man thought it was.
This woman doing?
But, these cases
Jesus Christ. I'm going to tell you, CNN and Fox News and all these other 24-hour news channels and MSNBC, they should kiss the ground that stuff like this goes on. And just kills hour after hour after hour, and they can just make hay from it. By the way, how's John Bonet doing?
Oh!
It's a good news. Scott Falater, and what kind of a name is that, too, by the way? Guilty first-degree murder, baby.
Oh!
It's Friday, you bastard.
Hi there, boys and girls. Today, we've got a very extra special friend stopping by to show us all about something really special. I hear him at the door right now. Come on in, Mr. McMahon.
How are you, laddie? Hey, brought by something I wanted to show you.
Ooh, I wonder what it is. It looks like an octopus with a kilt on.
It's me bag, boy.
Ooh, your bag?
Hey.
Ooh, what? Can I touch it?
Sure, go ahead.
Ooh.
Run your hands out.
That's soft.
Hey, like
really?
velvet. Hey.
Oh, what's this right here?
That is my blowpipe.
What do you do with the blowpipe?
You blow on it, lad.
You blow on it?
Hey, you put your mouth around it and you blow.
Oh, can I do that?
Hey, would you like to blow my pipe, laddie?
Oh, can I?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Come on, lad. You got to put your mouth around it, lad. Don't be afraid it's not going to break.
All right, like this?
Hey, that's a boy. Stick it all the way down your throat.
It's getting bigger.
Hey, that means you're doing it right.
What's this over here?
That's me chanter.
What do we do with that?
What you do with that, laddie, is you put your both hands on it, you cover the hole, and you run your hands up and down the shaft real quick.
Ooh,
hey,
like that?
Hey, run your hands up and down it there. Now what you want to do, laddie, is you want to blow on the pipe. You want to squeeze the bag nice and gentle. And then you want to run your hands up and down the shaft real quick.
Okay.
All together, all at the same time.
Okay, here we go.
Good, laddie. Hey, that's good, lad. Sure. Hey, it's good, laddie. Keep blowing. Blow harder, laddie. Harder. Squeeze the bag. Squeeze more. Run your hand up and down the shaft. Quick, faster. Run your hand up and down faster. Blow. Blow. Oh. You've been doing your play number 5.
Do that again.
After the catching me breath, maybe.
144 at 560 WQAM. A great day for American justice. It's about time.
Oh!
Scott Falater, who stabbed his wife 65 million times and then hid all the bloody clothing and then put his PJs back on and went back to bed, and whose attorney tried to say, oh, well, it was a sleepwalking thing. Guilty of murder in the first degree, baby, out in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, of course, they're going to appeal, and then they'll appeal again, and it'll take some time, but nevertheless, fry his ass. Here's Oakland Park. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
You obviously didn't read Dave Hyde today.
No, I did not. I never
Just read the first 3 paragraphs. You would have spent all day on it.
About what?
Just, please.
I don't have it here. What's he writing about?
Oh, no. Somebody has to get it to you.
What's in the wastebasket? What is it about?
It's about the coach of the Spurs getting naked in front of his team.
The coach of the Spurs got naked in front of his team?
If you read it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
The best.
I'll dig it out. And the paper, too. Oh, Christ. Dave Hyde. I never read his column. And I even read a little of Michael Mayo's column today who said, "Feh," trying to prove that he's Jewish, huh? Stealing my material again, huh, Mike? Mike Mayo says, "Feh," to watching the Marlins. And you think that I'm the one that's killing them? He says, "Feh," right there in the paper. Where is this piece of crap? This better be good, man. This better be great. That's the Herald Sports. He don't write in the Herald. He writes in the goddamn Sun Sentinel. Where is it already? Oh, God. Is this it? There you go. What page do you say it's on? 3, 1, 5. Let's see. Yeah, there's Mike Mayo. He says, "Hold the Mayo," and "Feh" to that. Dave Hyde. I'm looking. I don't see any Dave Hyde column in the Sun Sentinel today. How do you like that? I got this chopped up a little bit. I don't see any Dave Hyde column in the Scum Sentinel today. I'm looking. Last time I checked, Dave Hyde writes in the Sun Sentinel, right now in the goddamn Herald. And do you see any Dave Hyde column here? I don't see it. There's page 14C. I see it. Do you see Dave Hyde? Oh, here it is. It's on the bottom of the front page. It says there are a million stories in the Naked City, and the surprise is that San Antonio coach Greg Popovich, who don't look at all like Jeff Popovich, by the way, of the Hurricanes, who looks a lot better, actually figures into one of them, naked even. He'll kill me for saying this, Spurs guard Steve Kerr said Thursday morning. This was after we played a terrible game against Phoenix this year and the terrible start we had. We were up by 20, lost the lead, somehow won the game. Pop came into the locker room after the game and started stripping off his clothes in front of us, all of them. He was yelling, "I've had it, I can't deal with you guys anymore." And we were like, "Gosh, this guy's naked and standing there yelling at us." Yeah. So what's wrong with that? Yeah, let's go Spurs. Oh! Who cares about that, huh? Oh, I dug all of that out. Look at the mess I made here to get that out. Oh, my God. Oh. Now, if it would have been Jeff Popovich stripping off all his clothes in the locker room, then we'd be excited about that from the U of M Hurricanes. Then we'd have gotten real psyched about that. Anybody ever find out any more about Jeff Popovich and his brother?
No.
No. See, they don't do any research. Now, see, that's the kind of story I guarantee you'll be hearing a lot more over there on Waffen, on 1700. They'll probably have Jeff Popovich right on there. He'll probably be broadcasting naked on there on 1700, and I'll tune in. Here's Plantation. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Since you're digging through the Sun Sentinel, did you happen to talk about the editorial in the today's Sun Sentinel about, there was a woman who wrote an article in the New York Times that was printed today in the Sun Sentinel comparing the Bush family to the Corleones?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
That was cute.
I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. I agree with you on the verdict. Absolutely the right thing.
How do you like this? He was walking in his sleep, supposedly, and stabbed her 28 times.
I saw it on 2020 or something.
I saw it, yeah.
And, you had to think, my God, come up with any excuse for making murder,
Right.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I called basically to tell you I hope you have a nice vacation, but I also wanted to thank you for
Who's going on vacation? I'm going on vacation now?
Well, you were going to go on vacation soon, you said.
Soon. Not right now. Not soon enough.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good, because I look forward to listening. I wanted to thank you, though. I went to see my cardiologist in April, and I haven't had a chance to mention this to you. And while I was there, I said, "Can you do a homocysteine test?" And he says, "Gee, you're the second person this week that's asked me that."
Good.
So he did. And it turns out I was borderline high.
What was the number?
96, I think.
No, the numbers are like 15 and not 90. 96, you'd be borderline in the box.
Oh, well, whatever it was a
Yeah.
little high, so they put me on B complex.
Right.
So I'm on.
And with folic acid.
Yeah.
And is it down?
Well, I haven't been back to him yet.
No, believe me, if he didn't put you on a lot of, that's part of the B complex, but you got to take a lot of folic acid. In fact, if you go into your drugstore or even the supermarket, the vitamin section, they have what's called an anti-homocysteine formula.
Oh, really?
Even in Publix they got it, and it's I've been taking it for a few months now. Very, very good. It's got B vitamins and very high in folic acid, and it's got all the stuff in there that you should be taking.
Well, that was the thing. I went into the drugstore to get the B complex. I didn't know what to buy. There were so many different varieties, so I'm glad you told me that.
Right.
I appreciate it.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, this homocysteine, and of course, that one book, which I wish I could remember the name of it, but I'll bring it out again on Monday and keep it here, where he writes about homocysteine. Everybody's all whipped up about cholesterol, and again, because your doctors haven't told you squat about anything. That's the way it goes in America. Nobody knows anything, which is why Americans keep getting fatter and fatter and sicker and sicker and more of these quacks on TV with their pills. And by the way, Joe Costello was taking that stuff that they were peddling to us a few weeks ago here on the show. Oh, yeah, go out there at the kiosks in the mall and get this stuff. It's great. He's been taking those a couple of days. Just got on a scale here. Gained 4 pounds.
Oh!
Nice going, Joe. Gained 4 pounds. That works like a miracle, only in the opposite direction. Maybe he had just a few, soda crackers like my dogs.